them out, folks, for as little as $16,900. And these are typical examples of the kind of selection you're going to find, coupled with that 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty, 5-year roadside assistance. It's all about being huge.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, our no-fee guarantee means you can afford a lawyer. You don't pay attorney fees unless we win your case. Hurt in a car? Call William Attar, 444-4444.
You're watching Time Warner Cable Sportsnet, Rochester's sports network.
Vote for your favorite M&M's character at MMS.com, and you could win $50,000.
The Indianapolis race is on. Here they come.
Just look at those boys ride.
Unbelievable!
The checkered flag is out. Who's going to win?
The Indianapolis 500 returns Sunday, May 30th on ABC.
ABC knew this summer, one thing keeps this family together. Handcuffs.
Open up, police.
Come on!
ABC Scoundrels. Series premiere Sunday, June 20th, part of ABC's new summer season.
Next on ESPN News. No type of magic can stop the Celtics right now. An update from Game 3 in Boston. Plus, if you don't know who Michael Layton is, you'll know all about him in mere minutes. Matthew Barnaby on the way to break down Flyers Canadians.
Whitecaps are going to have to start scoring some goals. In their 6 league games, they have a record of 2-1-3, but they've scored just 4 goals in those games. Including their Nutrilite Canadian Championship game against Toronto FC earlier this week, the Whitecaps have now played to 3 straight 0-0 draws. That is a new club record. The silver lining there, though, is as much as the Whitecaps aren't scoring, they aren't giving up goals either. They had the stingiest team in the USSF. They've given up just 2 goals this season. So it'll be the Whitecaps against the Rochester Rhinos. No love lost between these two teams. Whitecaps have earned just a single win in their last 5 tries. There could be a little extra motivation in the form of Bob Lilly. He's a former Whitecap coach who is now at the helm of the Rhinos. For more on tonight's matchup, let's check in with the 2 men who will call this game, Peter Schaff and Alan Arrington.
Well, the question tonight, Kristen, is not defending. That's not going to be an issue here. It's attacking and goal scoring. And that's been a bit of a problem for the Whitecaps. What do you see as the problem, Alan?
Well, I don't think the problem's the easy fix with the strikers and blame the strikers that they're not scoring goals. I think the problem is just the new team that they have, and they need to learn the system of what Tater and Colin Miller want, and be a bit more creative down the flanks and through midfield. And once they get the opportunities and have more creativity, I think the strikers will score goals.
One of the players they're counting on is on loan Marcus Haber, who's had a decent start to the season, having trouble scoring goals. How have you assessed Marcus's play this season?
Well, I've watched him quite closely, actually, since he's returned from West Brom, just to see what has changed, improved, or what have you, and I'm quite impressed. I think he's had a good start to the season, and again, he's not scored the goals, but everything else is in place. He's held the ball up well, he's got a great touch, he's very skillful, he looks very confident, and I think he pressurizes and works hard off the ball, and that's all you could ask for in a forward. When the chances come, he'll be there to finish them off, but they must create a few more chances to give him the chance to score.
Lining up front alongside Marcus Haber is a bit of a surprise in Cornelius Stewart, who has seemingly come out of nowhere, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Youth International, and he's had 2 excellent starts in a row.
Well, he certainly has, and I didn't know who he was until he played his first game, and I was quite impressed in the first game. And then when he comes and plays the second game, and he's just as good as he was in the first game, that raises some awareness and think, wow, where did he get him from? I think his pace is electric. I think his change of pace is even more dangerous because he gets away from people, and I think what he does is he's going to create problems. Once again, he's not scored goals, but I think that'll come when they get the organisation down the flanks and come through midfield a bit more. I think the goals will come.
Let's hear from one of those strikers. Marcus Haber is standing by with Kristen.
Marcus, I'm sure you're tired of talking about it, but what does this team need to do to define the back of the net?
I think just stay patient and stick to the game plan. And I know Coach was happy with us the last 2 games, and we're creating chances, and it's just about having that little bit of quality in front of the net. So I think we're on the right track, and they'll start coming.
but you aren't giving up goals as well. Is that going to have to be the mantra of this team, though, defense first?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the one positive you can take away from these last 3 games. I mean, when you have clean sheets, that's obviously a great thing. I mean, that shows we have a very solid back four, and we're going to keep to build on that.
Thank you. Good luck against Rochester.
Thanks a lot.
Peter?
And as for Bob Lilly's Rochester Rhinos, he's assembled a pretty young team, totally different from last year's squad, but one of the veterans that he'll count on is right back Frankie Sanfilippo.
Yeah, Frankie's been around the league for a while. He played in 2006 in Rochester when the Whitecaps actually won the championship. And he's been in Charleston for a couple of seasons that I'm aware of, and he's been around the league a little bit, so he's got some experience, and he'll be the player that will bring the experience to the back line and give the information to the young players that's on this team tonight. But he's a player that's very steady and very capable.
Lining up in central midfield, another player with plenty of experience and some Vancouver roots, Tyler Rosenlund.
Yeah, Tyler's been around a little bit. Even though he's a young player with lack of experience, he's got a lot of experience. Tyler's been in Europe on trial with a lot of clubs. He's played for the Canadian national team. He was at Toronto FC, where he was in the MLS and had a stint there. He had a little stint with the Whitecaps on trial, but he's not been selected here, so he's off into Rochester and he's been selected. I think when he gets a settled team and he gets himself organised, he's going to be a good player and a good player to watch in the future.
Certainly has a lot of family here. Let's hear from the Vancouverite. He's standing by with Kristen.
Tyler, you were saying earlier you're going to have tons of friends and family on hand for this game. How nice does it feel to be playing here in Vancouver?
It's definitely great to be home. It's the only time we'll be home all year. And I had to get 28 tickets, plus a few other buddies were getting their own tickets. So it's great to play in front of family and friends. So really happy to be here.
It's been trying for you professionally and personally. What's it like now as you try to get into a roster and play consistently again?
No, it's awesome. As a young player, it's always hard to crack the lineup and get consistent playing time. And as of right now, I am. And, our team's doing well. So hopefully we can keep it up and we can go far this year. So
thank you for the time. Good luck tonight.
No problem. Thank you.
It is the Vancouver Whitecaps and Rochester Rhinos. Kickoff is coming up next. You're watching Play Now, Vancouver Whitecaps Soccer on Shaw.
Nothnagel Realtors makes your home shopping experience even easier with our exclusive television show. During Nothnagel Realtors Showcase of Homes, we'll visit dozens of properties throughout the greater Rochester area, offering a variety of styles and price ranges. This is a great way to learn about the current real estate market, and you may see the home of your future. If not, keep watching, because we'll bring you new homes every week. Just one more advantage that Rochester's Realtor offers you.
I was doing nothing. Then I went to Finger Lakes Gaming and Racetrack. They got it all. Exciting slots, nearly 1,200 of them. This great all-you-can-eat buffet and live thoroughbred racing. Be there Memorial Day weekend for your chance to win the $2,500 drawing each day, Saturday and Sunday. On Memorial Day, it's Family Fun Day at the races, live music and more. Plus, receive up to $25 in free slot play when you join the free Player Extras Club at Finger Lakes Gaming and Racetrack.
Memorial Day weekend means soccer in Rochester. The Vancouver Whitecaps come crashing to town on Saturday, May 29th for a 7 p.m. battle against your Rochester Rhinos. Be among the first 1,500 fans and receive a mini American flag. Get a buy one, get one free ticket just by showing your military ID. For tickets, call 454-KICK.
Only on Shaw.
PlayNow.com, Vancouver Whitecaps Soccer on Shaw returns for another season. Beautiful sunny evening, but cool, 13 degrees here as we get set to bring you the Whitecaps in Rochester, starting with the visitors from Rochester. Bob Lilly has a very young side, but he'll count on a couple of guys with experience, including the man you saw off the top, Frankie Sanfilippo, who lines up at right back. He also has Ryan Hines wide right, and Darren Spicer, who's had a couple of seasons with Charleston and Minnesota in USL. Kitson gets the call and goal over Scott Ballo. The Mr. Lube starting 11 for the Whitecaps include the ever-present Jay Nolly. Just 2 changes for Tater Torderson after the last outing against Toronto FC. He's got Martin Nash, the captain, back in the middle of the park, and Chris Williams fills in for Wes Knight, who's having a breather tonight, sitting just below us. The officials for tonight, we just actually had a late change in the starting officiating crew. David Barry is the man in the middle. Bedik Charchafian is on the far side. Marco Arruda is on the near side, and Kevin DeLiba takes over from Paul Ward as the fourth official. And Martin Nash wearing the armband, the Whitecaps all in white, kicking off and getting underway with Cornelius Stewart. And then the bandaged Greg Janicki. And as the Whitecaps battle with a bit of sunlight over on that east side of the park, Stewart with a nice touch off his chest. Tries to maintain possession. It's knocked up the line as we say a special hello to the viewers on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet in Rochester and a viewing party at Matthew's East End Grill. We welcome you to our broadcast tonight and should tell you that Shaw viewers here in the Lower Mainland will get to see the return of this home-and-home game next week from Rochester on Shaw. As Belisomo plays it wide for Siskaridze off the legs of James Spicer. Cuts it inside, but the only man there is Martin Nash, who played under Bob Lilly, of course, for those 3 seasons. Certainly one of Bob's lieutenants here in Vancouver. As the ball is knocked off the legs and out. Thought it might have taken a touch off of Haber, but it doesn't. Anzu Toure will get the throw.
Good positive start by the Whitecaps very early on in the game, but they look sharp, they look a little hungry tonight. And I'm sure they're quite prepared to get forward a little bit more and try to get that elusive goal that's been haunting them for the last 3 games.
Haber back to goal. 2 green shirts around him, then hammered away by Franks into midfield. Nelson Aquari shapes up underneath it, nods it forward. Nash beaten in the air there by Hamilton, who gets the ball back. And straight through the middle it comes. Now wide left for Ryan Hines. Right-footed ball drifts through all the way to Jay Nolly, who has his first touch here in minute number 2, and he quickly distributes to Anzu Toure in the bright canary yellow boot, sends it forward. Cornelius Stewart on the end of this. The young St. Vincent's and the Grenadines striker cuts to the middle, tries to shape up for some space, has a hit, and it just flies past Marcus Haber at the edge of the 6. Not a bad start for the Whitecaps.
Well, it's Stewart again, isn't he, with his blistering pace getting in behind there, and takes the ball in the box and tries to cut in for a shot, but there's 2 defenders on him. I think that's more of a shot than a cross, to be honest with you, but Marcus Haber almost getting his head on that. First chance of the game, or first half chance to the Whitecaps. Good lively start from him there.
Neil Kitson, right-footed ball into Whitecap territory. Up goes Janicki. Beaten to it there by Hamilton. And then nodded down and away from Belisomo, who thumps it forward, and the chase is on. Roberts in pink boots here. On the deck it goes for Hines, who stumbled over the ball. Martin Nash will wriggle away in the middle of the park. Outside of the right foot through for Stewart once again. Left-footed hit, and he just got a piece of it to the defender, Roberts, or it might have been Pitch Colin who got a touch, and it's the first corner of the match.
Well, he's going to be a bit of a problem all night, Stuart, with that pace, and Nash playing a great little ball the outside of his right foot just to play him in, but good defending to keep that away. Corner kick, and again you got Martin Nash doing the delivery here. Good delivery, they've got big guys in the box.
Right-footed ball whipped in and headed away by Roberts. Only as far as Moose, who knocks it right back in. Stewart! It's in there! Is it offside? Oh, it's offside as the far side assistant, Bedik Charchafian, puts the flag up. The fans don't realize it yet. It was a terrific header, but it won't count, and the Whitecaps and Rhinos are still scoreless at minute number 4.
Well, still no goals there. I mean, we're early on. We've only played 3.5 minutes, but that's going to give the Whitecaps a bit of confidence that it was a great delivery in from Justin Moose here. Was he offside? We see on the replay, I think he was offside, but he's done well to get on the end of that, and that's promising. It's a great start. It's the best start they've had this season.
And it looks like Stewart is gaining in confidence with every game and every minute that goes by as it's stroked through, looking for Spicer. That's stolen away by Siskaridze with the odd number 77. Then Toure up the line it goes, and here's Marcus Haber. 1v1 with Pitch Colin onto the right foot, stabs it wide for Toure. And Toure will take it on and go himself as he tries to get around Sanfilippo, who's forced to slide it into touch. The Whitecaps will have a throw.
I've been waiting to see that all season. That's what we want from Anzu Toure. Knock it past the fullback, get round him there. The least you're going to get is a throw in or a corner kick, or you get your cross in. Good attack and play there.
And it'll be Siskaridze who's got a decent long throw. It's not West Knight length, but it's decent nonetheless as he gets it to the edge of the 6. Flick straight up in the air. Haber shaping up underneath it. Tug back. Haber again. Knocked forward and then cleared through midfield. Here comes Aquari to send it wide for Moose. Right back in again, but off the outside of his right foot and into the hands of the goalkeeper, Neil Kitson.
Well, it's one-way traffic in the first 5 minutes, and it's all Whitecaps. Great start to the game. If they can get an early goal, I think it might rattle Rochester and get the Whitecaps off to a great start.
Knotted down by a quarry. And off and out for a Rochester throw in front of the Whitecap bench. Frankie Sanfilippo stepping up. He had 2 years in Kerry with the Carolina Railhawks. Then last season was a teammate of Nelson Aquari and Chris Williams in Charleston. Back it goes to Pitch Colin on the deck. And then off and out as central midfielder. Couldn't keep the ball in play. Moda Galvin and Siskaridze will take the throw. We're in the 6th minute. Whitecaps 0, Rochester Rhinos 0. Overall standings have Rochester actually ahead of the Whitecaps, 3rd place. The Whitecaps are down in 5th, but Whitecaps do have a game in hand as Moda Galvin spreads it square for Jonathan Greenfield. Wide it goes for Hines. Hines gave it away to Moose. Moda Galvin, right-footed ball, swerves it all the way out wide beautifully here. And good defending by Siskaridze, who keeps it in and then knocks it into touch.
Siskaridze having to get there. It was a great cross-field ball to try and get a bit of width for Rochester, but Siskaridze reading the ball pretty well and getting the clearance.
Sanfilippo whips the ball in, headed away by Janicki after some good work from Franks. Only as far as Greenfield. He's got Moda Galvin there, but it's Greenfield who keeps possession and rolls it into touch for a Whitecap throw.
Just a little bit sloppy, the early going Rochester. They've given the ball away a couple of times, really unforced errors and passing just a little bit off. I'm sure there's a few nerves out there with some of the younger players.
Good header down. You could hear Bob Lilly talking to his teammates as Moda Galvin. And then Hamilton. Janicki wins that battle and rolls back for Chris Williams, who's back in at right back. The Whitecaps with a Neutralite game Wednesday in Montreal. And they'll have to win both those Neutralite games now on the road at Montreal first, then in Toronto, where Toronto FC are 4-0 at BMO Field. Actually 5 if you include the Montreal game. And Marcus Haber is going to try to win this one. It's a goal kick though. Toronto FC winners today in Major League Soccer 1-0 over New England, and we'll have some other out-of-town scores. Seattle losers at home to San Jose. Frank Yallop's team with a good road win there.
That's a terrific result for Frankie Yallop to San Jose to come into Seattle. It's not an easy place to come and get any points. Very good crowd and really behind the team, but I think Seattle's a good team as well. So well done, Frankie, and good for San Jose.
Great soccer Saturday today with TFC winning at home. Then you had the Champions League final, Internazionale, 2-0 winners over Bayern, and now we got some dessert for you here. And probably shouldn't forget about the other result earlier this morning as we carry on here with Moda Galvin spreading it wide for Frankie Sanfilippo. Blackpool, big winners and off to the Premiership after a bit of a shock win and a real entertaining game against Cardiff.
Blackpool 3-2 winners over Cardiff, and really they were the underdogs, Blackpool, and it's worth £90 million that win to get them into the Premier League, and it's the first time they've ever been in the Premier League. They were in the first division years ago when Sir Stanley Matthews played, but into the big time, and well done Blackpool.
Roberts will take the free kick after an offside flag to Stewart, his second of the match. Flag stays down on Hamilton. Now it goes up on the near side, and the Whitecaps will have a free kick just outside the PK, the penalty area.
In absolutely perfect conditions for the game tonight. It's a little bit chilly sitting up here in the broadcast booth, but on the field the grass is absolutely pristine condition. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's absolute perfect conditions for the game. Looking at the game at Wembley this morning, they played at 104 degrees Fahrenheit, which is very unusual for England.
Rosenlund trying to shape up underneath it, got 2 bites of the cherry there. It's knocked forward, cleared away by Aquari. Roberts goes up, but Stewart was there first, and Haber's on the chase. Haber got to it. Can he get to the outside and have a go? Has to turn back. Pitch Colin turning him back there. Then little backheel attempt for Justin Moose. Hines will let it run wide. It's hammered up that far channel. And here comes Chris Williams to steal. Well done from the Whitecap number 4. And then back for Siskaridze. The Georgian gets it back to Aquari. And then Greg Janicki, who's had that forehead wound opened up a couple of times. Martin Nash sending a long ball wide, looking for Moose on the trot. but it's neatly nodded back to Neil Kitson, and the New York native will calm things down in the Rochester penalty area.
Both teams matching up quite well tactically as well. Both teams playing with a basic 4-4-2. And, you know, it's fairly easy for the Heaps to match up. But the Whitecaps having the better of the going in the early start.
Hamilton looking for Spicer, gets a second chance at it. Little square ball. Across it goes. Here's Hines, top of the box to his right foot. And it was blocked away. Janicki will turn, and he'll just roll it wide for Moose. A good opportunity for Rochester there, and I'm not sure who got the block on, but it was an important one.
Well, it was a good setup by Tyler Roseland, just played it wide, and I thought the left-sided player could have struck that first time and been a bit more dangerous there, but certainly the best chance of the game for Rochester so far.
Nelson Aquari was the man who got his body between ball and goal as he just reached in and got a nice header down, and that saved a shot on target from the visitors, who are in possession once again. Little chip through. Spicer on the end of this. Rolls it backwards, and Anzu Toure closing down. Nice steal, and now here's the break. It's Haber and Stewart 2v1. Stewart down this left channel, jinking, cutting to his right foot, and the move was kind of lost. He does find Justin Moose, though, with a little bit of room. Moose has a go. It's blocked, and that one fizzled out after a lot of promise. Martin Nash playing the early ball, but Cornelius Stewart almost in two minds there.
I thought Cornelius Stewart, again, he's got in behind there. It's a great ball to play him through, but I think he had a bit too much time to think on the ball. He was trying to get Marcus Haber through there, but didn't make a quick enough decision and finished up playing the safer ball to the wide right, but a good chance wasted, I thought, there.
I think Bob Lilly will be furious about that in his technical area as a 2v1 situation unfolded.
Well, I think with the pace you've got, even Haber's no slouch, he can move as well. But him and Cornelius Stewart up front, they're going to cause some problems, just that pace. And with Martin Nash playing in midfield now, I think they're going to get better service coming through midfield, because Nash, he can see things early and he can select passes, short range, long range, and make a difference.
Foot race between Hines and Williams. Hines wins it, did well to keep possession. Through ball, knocked away by Aquari. Mota Galvin. Franks, and then it's into the feet of Siskaridze on his left foot as he floats it forward again. It's Stewart on the chase. It's going to ask a lot of the fullback and the center back, Pitch Colin. He did well, though, on that occasion. Mota Galvin flips it through into Whitecap territory, and then Siskaridze will send a right-footed ball back to Jay Nolly. We've played 13 minutes. You're watching PlayNow.com, Whitecap Soccer on Shaw. Peter Shad and Alan Arrington from Swangard Stadium. And again, hello to our friends at Time Warner Cable Sportsnet in Rochester watching their team on the road. Next week they'll get to see them at home against these Whitecaps. A rare home and home back-to-back in the league. The Whitecaps do have the Neutralite game as well. As Mota Galvin leaves for Rosenlund, who tried to float it into the channel for Spicer, but that's offside on the near side.
Tyler Rosenlund looking to be the playmaker in midfield. He's already sprayed the ball a couple of times and kept possession, done very well. This time looking to get in behind, be a bit more penetrating with his pass. See Bob Lilly there, the ex-Vancouver Whitecap coach, had a lot of success when he was here at the club, and good to see him back in the game in Rochester.
We got to know Bob fairly well, and one thing we found interesting about him, he was born in Africa to a military family, and when you look at the way he runs his team, there's a military sort of element to it with a lot of organization, a lot of discipline, and he certainly has some lieutenants in his squad that he'll count on. As away goes Anzu Toure in behind, has a go, and it just rose off his left foot and for a goal kick, but there's no question Bob was organized, passionate, and maybe even to a flaw he worked so hard on the team.
Well, you can never accuse Bob Lilly of not putting enough work in, enough hours into the game. He really puts everything, heart and soul, into what he does, and he is very well organised, and the players on the field know their roles and responsibilities, and that's any coach, any good coach has to do that, but Bob certainly brings a discipline as well.
Kitson sends a right-footed ball into Whitecap territory. Aquari double-teamed there. Siskaridze with a good leap. Aquari in the follow-up. Elbows high, no call. As Belisomo plays for Nash, pokes it through for Toure. And Anzu Toure sends it up the near side, and clattered over was Haber from Pitch Colin. He'll get the foul, and the Whitecaps will advance. And the referee might take note of that one from Pitch Colin as he went sliding in.
Yeah, we see him here. Marcus Haber coming to the ball, and he just comes in a little bit with 2 feet there, and the referee obviously not happy with that. I think Bob Lilly thought it was okay. He might have mentioned something to the ref, but free kick for the Whitecaps nevertheless.
Martin Nash, right-footed ball pinged all the way across the penalty area. Ryan Hines will nod it in touch. And over on that far side, Justin Moose will leave it for Chris Williams.
Well, I think Martin Nash would like to have that one again. You've got to get that in past the first defender and in behind the back four to give everybody a chance to face the goal, and fell a little bit short that one, just a little bit flat.
Flags are limp over on that left-hand corner, but there is a bit of a breeze that we feel up here as Justin Moose did well to get past Hines once, and then he's brought down, plays it back to Williams, poor ball across the top of the box. And Rosenlund will wriggle away from Stewart and send it into midfield as Janicki nods down. Belisomo then wide, and in it comes for Nash, who will roll it backwards for Siskaridze. Whitecaps saw him in Miami and were impressed with him in that game that they won here 3-2, and now it's a counter for Rochester. Ball left short in midfield. San Filippo with the captain's armband. Moda Galvin knocked through, and here's Hamilton. 1v1 with Janicki edge of the box. Nice little flick wide for Spicer. Right-footed ball, took a nick, knocked away by Aquari, and Moose is back to nod it into midfield, only as far as Moda Galvin. And given away by Frankson again. Here goes Stewart. He's off past one. He's looking for help as it's 2v5. Stewart, will he take them all on? He did carry on, but eventually did give it away, and Roberts will take over for the Rhinos.
Well, a good little run by Cornelius Stewart there. I thought Justin Moose could have maybe helped him a bit and overlapped and given another option to play it wide, because he really ran out of options. He's running into trouble there.
Nice steal by Belisomo, who steps forward. Marcus Haber on the ball. He's got Toure wide left. Marcus Haber holds up, has a right-footed shot. Cornelius Stewart in behind. There it is. This time it's going to count, and Cornelius Stewart has his first goal as a Whitecap, and he celebrates in style in minute number 17. Whitecaps 1 and Rochester 0.
Well, that breaks the duck and the monkey off the back, as they say. And it wasn't a great shot from Marcus Haber, because Marcus Haber actually takes the shot. It's not the best shot in the world, but here we'll see it as he comes up. He cuts inside a little bit, and he looks to get a shot on target. Doesn't get fully on it, but Cornelius Stewart's quick enough, out of his feet, strikes it in past the goalkeeper at the back of the net. 1-0 Whitecaps. Is he offside? Absolutely no chance. Just in front of the defender there. Good goal. 1-0 Whitecaps. And are we going to see more tonight? I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, he's quickly become a crowd favorite here in Vancouver thanks to two excellent back-to-back performances against Montreal and Toronto. And now he has a goal to his credit. If you had asked before the season started who would be the most likely starter amongst all these 20-year-olds, you would have said Randy Adwini-Bonsu and Deborah Orgill way ahead of Cornelius Stewart, who didn't even seem to be on the depth chart. But he's impressed, and now a through ball almost finds Hamilton. Nodded forward. Frank's got it past Siskaridze. Hines has come all the way across, plays it to the top of the box. Franks lays off. Rosenlund has a go and floats it over Gianoli's net to our right. And it remains Whitecaps 1, Rochester 0.
Well, a fairly decent comeback from Rochester there. A little bit of a foray up front. The ball comes back to Tyler Rosenlund, and a little cheeky chip. He's trying to just play that over the top of Gianoli, but it's just gone, unfortunately for him, over the crossbar.
Ollie looking for Haber, who got a flick, and it's knocked away nicely by Greenfield. Then up goes Janicki to win the header. Luca Belisomo, who won the ball briefly in midfield, but Franks nicks it forward, and away comes Spicer looking for Hamilton, and the flag goes up here in the 19th minute. I don't know if Bob Lilly will be happy with the defending on that goal, though, as Marcus Haber was able to shape up and have a go.
Well, I think the back fours looked a little bit suspect over the first 18 minutes anyway. I think there's about 2 or 3 times the Whitecaps have threatened to get in behind them there, and they don't seem to have the cover around the back to try and help each other. But as the game goes on, they'll be found out, because these two players up front for the Whitecaps are going to cause problems tonight.
And they still have the luxury of Adwini-Bonsu and Marlon James perhaps on the bench, but that's a nice little play up front as Spicer gets past the sliding tackle of Aquari. No foul as he went down inside the box. Rosenlund again on the ball with his 28th family and friends here at Swangard Stadium. It's one of the larger ticket requests you'll find in a USSF D2 match. Pitchcolan, nice little touch from Franks, and that's stolen away. And then Roberts. Greenfield. And that's stolen, the square ball in the midfield as Nash came sliding in, but Rochester do keep possession. Through ball, looking for Hamilton. Almost got past Janicki, but he did well, and then sprays it wide right for Williams.
Whitecaps caught a little bit square there themselves on that occasion there, and I thought Janicki did well to really diffuse that situation. But the number 9 looks fairly quick, and he's got him behind the back 4 there and caused some problems.
Tater Torderson just winced on that giveaway by Justin Moose in the middle third. He'll try to atone here as he chases down Greenfield. There's the sliding tackle from Moose, and he knocks the ball out for a Rochester throw. 21st minute, Whitecaps 1, Rochester 0. 17th minute goal by Cornelius Stewart. And Greenfield will throw backwards for Roberts. Onto his right foot, whips it into the penalty area, high looping floating ball that Jay Nolly will collect. And he'll slow the pace down a little bit here as he hurls it forward for Anzu Toure, who hasn't had a whole lot to do here in the first half. Did feed a nice ball through for Stewart again, and a good clear by Pitch Colin.
Well, Stewart certainly got the hunger tonight. He wants to do well. Obviously, he's got the 1 goal. Is that enough, or is he going to be hungry for more? I think we'll see a lot more of this young man.
Great ball wide from Nash to Moose into the box. Up goes Kitson, and he claims over the head of Stewart. Rolls straight up the middle, and Rosenlund will check up and then play it square for Greenfield. Nice through ball looking for Frank. Sequari was there to poke it forward. But Moda Galvin will take over, the Rochester number 5. And then Pitch Colin will chip through in the midfield. Belisomo's there to nod down neatly for Siskaridze. Left-footed ball sent forward, and again, it's Haber on the end of this. Nicely down off his chest. The Whitecap number 24 leaves for Toure. First time ball into the box. Cornelius Stewart, can he get on that left foot one more time? And just put it wide of the far post. It's been a pretty impressive first 22 minutes for the St. Vincent and Grenadines Youth International.
Well, it's a partnership between him and Marcus Haber. Marcus Haber does well to get the ball, but Cornelius Stewart there, all he's going to do is really hit the target, because the goalkeeper, actually, he's took up a fairly decent position, the goalkeeper there, but he's just missed the target. On target, obviously, it's going to be a goal, but he's done well to get away. He's just so quick to get away from people. Good first touch and a good strike.
Very good setup touch there for the number 39, as Kitson will once again send Rochester forward. Janicki, Rosenlund. Again Janicki, and Belisoma will nod it wide for Justin Moose. Back it goes to Williams. Midway through the first half, and the Whitecaps in the lead, and they really needed an early goal just to get them feeling positive and get them moving in the right direction. And they had the offside goal as well, which was clearly offside, but they have had a couple of other opportunities as well.
Well, they've come out of the starting blocks tonight. They've really done well. But I think the goal has settled them down, because as long as, you know, you're 0-0, 3 times in a row, and there's always doubt in your mind. Once you get the first goal out of the way, now it's a matter of settle down and playing. You're a bit more comfortable, a bit more relaxed. But I still think the intensity needs to be there, and the intensity is there. And what a great start. But the 2 strikers up front tonight have worked well together. They've worked off each other, they've played the ball to each other, and they've created problems together.
That's a luxury they're going to have to enjoy for only a few more games as Marcus Haber returns to England with West Brom. Although a Marlon James, Cornelius Stewart pairing might be interesting, all St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And then, of course, they have Deborah Orgill, the Jamaican, and Randy Bonsu to choose from as well. And I know that Tommy Sohn, the director of soccer operations, is probably looking for another striker as we speak, as Anzu Toure will win a throw-in for the Whitecaps.
Well, again, this is the best start we've seen from the Whitecaps this year, probably on the road and at home. And they've really set the stall out tonight. I'm sure Tina Torderson will be very happy with the way they've come out. And as this team grows and gets to know each other better, I think we'll see more of this in the future.
Hamilton keeps it in. Sanfilippo chips it forward. Aquari nods it down, and Siskaridze will keep possession as he goes backwards to Janicki. And the Southsiders start to sing as away goes Williams, wide for Moose. Nice little flick for Williams, who carries his run on and then wins a throw-in inside Rochester territory. Don't see Chris Williams doing a whole lot of overlapping, not as much as Wes Knight maybe, but I'm sure that's something that they've talked about. As Belisomo switches play and has asked Toure to drop back. As the Liberian sends it forward and just about found Nash. In fact, he does find Nash after Sanfilippo fell. Siskeridze makes the overlapping run. Nash tries to get away for a cross. Instead switches play for Williams. Nicely found there. Moose stepping forward. Nice return ball, but just a little short. Ryan Hines able to clear away. Belasomo the first man there. Nelson Aquari the last man back. And he'll play in his goalkeeper.
A little poor touch there, made him to play it back. That could have come back to Torre, keep the ball moving and just change the play and come out and down the other flank.
Haber beaten to it by Roberts. Greenfield plays it in for Rosenlund, who's facing his own goal, and then Roberts will send it right-footed into Whitecap territory. As Janicki nods it through. Wide for Ryan Hines. As Franks sprints forward. Franks on the ball now, back to Greenfield, in for Rosenlund. Past Stewart, good tackle there by Williams, and then knocked away by Moose as Marcus Haber's over there to do some defending up front. Through ball looking for Hamilton, but Janicki is easily there ahead of Hamilton. And then Chris Williams. Teammates with Spicer and Sanfilippo. Off of Roberts and out.
Just a point in midfield. Martin Nash has certainly brought some of the creativity back into the game tonight, but don't take anything away from Luca Belasomo tonight. Everything he's done has been simple and precise, and his passing has been top class tonight. He's not done anything wonderful, but he's done nothing wrong. I think he's had a good performance tonight, very steady. He's a good defender, but he's kept possession well, and he's had a good game so far, Luca.
That's another thing that you would have probably laughed at the beginning of the season if you said Martin Nash, Johnny Steele, Ricardo Sanchez are on the squad, and who's going to play in central midfield, and it's Luca Belasomo, who's a natural center half.
Well, it's a funny old game, and the players decide who plays, really. The coach only has to go by how well they're doing in training and in the games, and they pick themselves by their performances.
Nash got a little touch in there, but Franks will steal. Hamilton all the way back, fighting for that one, trying to wriggle away from Belasomo, who got the last touch there. Franks, one of the many youngsters that Bob Lilly's brought into this team. I'm sure he would have seen a few of them while coaching the Detroit Ignition. There are some indoor players of note here. As Pitch Colin will sidestep Stewart, who's going to be a pest all day by the looks of it. Moto Galvin.
Well, what's disheartening for the defenders in Rochester is you've got the likes of Stewart and Haber going to work their socks off for about 60 minutes, and you bring Edwini Bonsu on, and he's just going to be lightning quick. It's very difficult to defend against players who come on fresh like that, and look to see that in the second half, because when this boy comes on, and I'm sure he will, he's going to light the place up.
Hines will throw backwards for Moto Galvin. Top of the box for Rosenlund. Little give and go, and then it chipped through, but nobody on the end of that. Jay Nolly will collect. Jay Nolly, the ever-present for the Whitecaps.
Peter, just on the back four of the Whitecaps, there's a few times this season they've let players get behind him, and they've just been a little bit, at times, you know, a little bit off. But let's not forget that a brand new back four, and the more they work and play together, they're going to get a better understanding of each other. And they're the stingiest team in the league right now, and let's hope that continues, because as long as you're not giving anything away at the back, there's always a good chance you can win games.
It always builds from the back, and I know that you're a big advocate of having the same back four as much as possible. As Spicer floats it nicely for Hines, who's got a bit of room. Nice little touchdown for Rosenlund. Good tackle, though, by Nash. And now Moose, who's tucked right into the middle of the field, will find Anzu Toure, closed down by Sanfilippo. Through ball now, foot race on, and away goes Stewart. He's going to easily get there ahead of Pitch Colin. Now can he find somebody in the penalty area? Carries on. Stewart pulled back, and he'll win a free kick right at the edge of the box. And a chance for Martin Nash to operate.
Stewart's done really well to hold that up and try and get past and earn the free kick. But I must be a bit critical of the Whitecaps there. He needs support earlier. He needs Ansu Toure to get up and join in and give him some of the play off. He needs the midfield players to join in. He's left on his own a little bit, and he's done well to earn a free kick.
Because they can't catch up to him.
That's probably right. He is a bit quick, but he needs that support earlier.
So Martin Nash, a one-time Rhino, will shape this ball up just outside the penalty box. He's about 4 yards off, maybe 5 yards off the byline. And the Whitecaps have big Luca Belasomo right in the goal mouth. 5 white shirts in the penalty area in total, and a 2-man Rochester wall. Nash sends it in all the way to the back stick for Aquari. Justin Moose has a right-footed hit, and it's hammered away I think it was Roberts who cleared. The Whitecaps will have a throw on the far side.
I don't know if that's exactly what they had planned when they took that free kick. I think Martin Nash might have overhit that a little bit. A good fast ball in. Even low might have been a more dangerous ball. But the shot at goal from the free kick, you really can't argue. Could have been a better shot from Justin Moose, but at least they've had a strike at the goal.
Janicki is turned back. And back to Jay Nolly. And while Jay Nolly has a touch here, we bring in Kristen Reed, who's standing by with Tater Torderson for PlayNow.com.
Yeah, you have to be happy your team finally has a lead to play with.
Yeah, that's always nice. We haven't done that too often, so I'm very happy with that. And I'm quite happy with what we've been doing so far, because I think we've been playing quite well. Defensively, a little bit suspect on sometimes, but otherwise I think we've been doing quite well.
What about the combination of Haber and Stewart up front and what they've been able to create?
Well, they are very dangerous, and especially Stewart, because he is so fast and he likes to go in behind the back line, so he is dangerous all the time.
Thanks for this. Good luck to your team.
Thank you.
Peter?
Tater Torderson, presented by PlayNow.com, and we chat with the coaches around the half-hour marks of our Shaw broadcast this season. Last in USSF D2 for the Whitecaps, as Rochester in possession. Hines tries to find Franks, was there. Long hit from way out, and Jay Nolly to his right, not too badly troubled. No crumbs given up as he rolls wide for Chris Williams.
Well, a pretty routine save really for Jay Nolly. If that goes in, we'll be questioning him on that one. But a build-up and a strike at goal for Rochester here. You can see the ball. It's just a little touch, a good setup from the number 8, and a good strike really. Not as hard as he'd like, but routine for Jay Nolly. Have no problem with that.
Whitecaps will win a throw here in the 32nd minute that Chris Williams will take on the far side. He's got Moose ahead of him. Goes over Moose's head looking for Haber, who wins most of what's given his way in the penalty area. So good in the air. Started as a defender, did the Lord Byng graduate and Dunbar alumni. And now West Bromwich Albion member. And his loan spell is up in mid-June as Jay Nolly sends a right-footed ball into midfield. Hines drifting over there, wins the header into touch. The Whitecaps will have the throw.
Game settled down a little bit now at the 32-minute mark, but still the Whitecaps had most of the play and had most of the possession as well. And I think Martin Nash's return has made a big difference to the team. I think he just prods and probes. I don't know how he's going to be for fitness after having so many games off. We might not see him finish the game tonight, but when he's on there, he's certainly making an impression.
That's a decent ball forward finding Moose. He needs some support now as well. And it'll just roll off and out from Greenfield. Another goal kick to our left, and the luxury that Tater Torderson has is Ricardo Sanchez can step on and be a set-piece specialist. He had a really good outing against Toronto FC, I felt. That was one of the substitutions I wasn't sure about with Martin Nash coming on at the end, but Nash has had a really great start to this one.
Yeah, I think Ricardo Sanchez has earned his way into it and done very well. I think his dead balls have been absolutely terrific. His corner kicks have been the best I've seen at the Whitecaps for a lot of years.
Spicer being watched closely by Aquari. Wriggles free, top of the area. Moda Galvin launched away by a header from Nash, and now the Whitecaps break quickly, and Bellisoma immediately looked up to see where Stewart was. And there's the touch back from Pitch Colin. That forces Kitson into a desperate clearance. Bellisoma on the follow-up. Toure in a header battle with Sanfilippo, and the Rochester defender wins, and it's sent forward. Now a good run by Spicer as he tries to get around Aquari. Goes back to his goalkeeper Nolly, who's going to test out that left foot of his. Moda Galvin down for Rosenlund, and then back to the skipper, Sanfilippo. Nice little overlapping run again by Rosenlund, who's been busy here in this first half. Square ball, top of the box. As he flicked through from Moda Galvin. Siskarize will save the corner and lash it into midfield as the Whitecaps push up. Pitchcolan did well to win possession back, and then Sanfilippo tucks in, floats it forward. Aquari's going to have to head that one back, and well done by the Whitecaps central defender.
Yeah, difficult ball for Aquari to deal with that. It seemed to hold up there, and he's got a player breathing down his back, but did well enough to get it back into Jay Nolly.
We're starting to get the sense, Alan, that this squad is getting used to each other and how they play, where they play. And a few more games where they could be consistent like this, and you start to wonder if those goals will start flooding in.
Well, I think so, and I know both the coaches, I know the way they want them to play, and what we've seen in the last few games previous to this is certainly not the way they want them to play. And I think it just takes a while for players to get the understanding of what the coaches want, so that they can do exactly what what's expected of them. Sometimes you get new players who really don't know what to do, they don't know what's expected.
Here's Moose, overlapping is Williams. Right-footed ball played in early. Up goes Stewart, headed straight up in the air. Haber's going to get beneath this. Touchdown from Roberts, and there's Greenfield to send a left-footed ball away. And that all started from Luca Bellisomo breaking something up in the middle of the park and starting the attack the other way as Aquari has it back in minute 36. Siskaridze, his teammates call him Z, and has one of the best left foots in USSFD2. We haven't seen it used too much here, and that's Nash again, spreading the play wide right. Moose will keep that in. He's got Haber in the box. Stewart just follows in now. Back it goes to Williams. Bellisomo drifting into the box. He has a goal already this season. Nice overlapping run. There's the ball, switched in, punched away, top of the area, and Nash with a push. Two number 7s coming together at the edge of the area. And the Whitecaps do get possession back. Moose pushed over, and that'll be a free kick for the men in white.
Well, once again, a good build-up by the Whitecaps, and it starts with Martin Nash making a cross-field ball, about a 60-yard diagonal ball across. Totally opens the game up. Moose plays in Chris Williams, who's getting a bit more confident in getting forward, and we're getting crosses in the box. So there's more action already, much better game to watch, and the chances are a lot more than we've had in the past.
Moose tucks inside, tried to roll it through, but that wasn't the strongest through ball, but Martin Nash did well to win it back. Gets it from Williams. Onto his left foot. Then back to his right is being jockeyed by Greenfield. Good left-footed ball into the box. Headed away there by Roberts. And then Franks will just touch it forward. Foot race on now from San Filippo, but easily back is Aquari. And Jay Nolly in possession. Siskaridze. Picks out Toure. Toure with 3 green shirts around him and wins another free kick. Rochester not happy, particularly Franks, but Toure, I think, a little fortunate there to win that.
Well, he might be. I thought it might have been an obstruction call. I'm sure the players and the Rochester bench won't be too happy with that. But again, it's more positive play, and I think they just look more confident. Look at Toure here. He runs in and he tries to knock it and go past the player. And did he step into him? It's debatable. I've seen him given for worse than that, but maybe a little bit fortunate to get a free kick.
Now this is potentially a shooting opportunity for Martin Nash. 3-man wall, about 24 yards out and 18 yards off the near post as it swerved in. The goalkeeper flailing away at it, and that'll be a throw-in. If that had just been a little farther away from the goalkeeper, Marcus Haber was lurking.
Well, it's a decent ball in from Martin Nash. That it's an awkward one for the goalkeeper to come to. It'd be quite easy to say he could have caught that, but I think he's quite within his rights to punch that away and do what he's done. It's a great delivery. We've got players. Everybody's facing their own goal. The keeper's done a decent job on that.
Now on the break, it's the Rhinos back the other way with Spicer, who's going to take on Janicki down that left channel. Janicki wins it back and plays it into midfield, only as far as Moda Galvin. And then near side it goes to San Filippo, who's the man called for the foul against Anzu Toure. Toure again. Bellisomo again. Rarely takes more than those 2 touches. One in that case is Siskaridze looking for Stewart. And Roberts is back for the Rhinos. Moda Galvin, closed down by Nash. Rosenlund. And then San Filippo. Cornelius Stewart on the chase, and that forces the ball into touch.
It's just good pressure, Peter. Good pressure from Cornelius Stewart. Causes problems. They kick the ball out of bounds. We get the ball back. And, there's no substitute for hard work. And the 2 strikers in particular, they're working hard all over the field. But Stewart and Haber both working the socks off tonight.
And Toure's down. I think that wasn't Toure. It was Stewart on that occasion who went down. Siskaridze can't keep the ball in play. And some colorful language down on the touchline just there. Bob Lilly being very positive with his team. He was saying, good play, just move it a little bit quicker. And even where you make your run, too, you could force that defender to play the ball wherever you want when you put that kind of pressure.
Absolutely. It's strikers are the worst in the world, actually, at closing down and putting pressure on normally, because what they normally do is do a token effort. But if they pressurise, as well as a defender pressurises and closes down, I think they cause problems, not only for the back 4, but even if the goalkeeper gets pushed in a controlled manner. and not diving in like we saw there in a controlled manner, you'll get something out of it.
Bellosomo jostling with Rosenlund.
I'm very impressed with Luca tonight. He's done everything simple. He's never given the ball away. Won every challenge. Looks sharp. His passing has been spot on.
He and Rosenlund would have probably met a few times over their years as youth players here in the Lower Mainland, I'm guessing, in various metro programs, as Janicki is going to have to nod this one back with some pace to Jay Nolly. Chris Williams peels around the corner looking for the return, but Nolly will slow things down here in the 40th minute. Whitecaps leading by a goal to nil. Cornelius Stewart, his first as a Whitecap in minute 17, as the ball is floated beautifully into the sunshine there. Greenfield will send it up the line for Hines. Stolen away by Nash, who finds Moose. Moose closed down by Hines right away. Overlapping run from Williams, then back in from Moose. Knotted away by Roberts. Bellosomo is the first man there. Somebody urging Luca to go on and have a hit, but he floats it wide for a Moose who touches down. Chris Williams with a bit of room to float it in across the top of the box. And then Nash has a flail at it, left-footed ball that swerves way off the target.
It's been a much better build-up from the Whitecaps tonight. Having said that, I think Chris Williams on a couple of occasions tonight has been guilty of knocking in sloppy crosses. They just haven't got there for me. They've been in front of the back four, easily to be cleared by them. They're attacking the ball. The ball has to be in behind the back four to get him turned. If we can get that tidied up a bit, I think there's a bit more consistency. We'll see more from the strikers.
Spicer again battling Janicki. Up goes Moose, who's tucked right again into the middle of the field again. Hines on the chase, but Williams will play for the free kick given against the Whitecaps there.
A little bit of obstruction by Janicki. I think he got caught on that one.
Moda Galvin off the ball. Now Greenfield, who spent last season with the Minnesota Thunder. Big number 28. Out of Cape Town, South Africa. So he'll be watching with interest this summer as World Cup getting ever closer. And what a brilliant tournament that's going to be as the ball's played in from France. And Hamilton on his left foot. Pokes it square for Moda Galvin. Floats it through. A little flick on from Macquarie, and then the flag goes up against Spicer. And the Rhinos are complaining that Macquarie flicked it, but really it's when the ball is played forward.
And I think Tina Torres was a little bit disappointed with some of the tracking back of the players, letting players run through and get the wrong side of them. They don't want to give anything away before the half. This is critical times. I've said it many times on the broadcast, Peter. The last 5 minutes of each half is when goals are scored in a lot of games. So this is where the Whitecaps need to be really diligent, give nothing away, concentrate, and let's make sure you go with that 1-0 lead at least.
Coming up at halftime, a one-on-one with Bob Lilly as Kristen Reed sits down with the former Whitecap bench boss. That's coming up at the half, and we'll also update the USSFD2 out-of-town scoreboards, chuck in a couple of MLS scores from today in games involving teams we follow here on the West Coast. An offside flag went up just a moment ago on Marcus Haber, and so it's the goalkeeper Neil Kitson who gets the ball back in play. Just 2.5 minutes away from halftime. Janicki with a thumping header. Martin Nash with a long, hopeful ball. Nobody on the end of it.
Peter, just on Martin Nash again, he's played that ball into the corner. There's nobody anywhere near that. But I think what he's done tonight is he's opened the game up. Instead of just playing little short passes and playing everything safe, they've looked to get in behind the Rochester back players, and it just keeps them honest. It drops them off a bit. That creates more space in midfield to play, and he's just changed things up tonight.
Good ball played forward into the feet of Haber from Moose. Gets to the outside. Can he win a corner perhaps? No, he might get a second crack at it. And well dealt with there by Rochester. The guy playing the short balls has been Luca Bellosomo, and every time he gets it, no more than 2 touches, and it's possession kept.
But that's the combination you've got. You've got a great combination with Luca and Martin Nash. Martin Nash he can hit long balls 40, 60 yards. Luca plays everything simple, and they complement each other by doing that. But again, it's such a change in the whole style of the Whitecaps play because someone's opened the game up by getting the ball in behind the other back four.
Greenfield down for Hines. That's stolen, and now Moose come inside to Haber. There's the return ball, and Moose will try to get around his man. He sends an early ball to the top of the box. Flick back only as far as Bellosomo. Can he have a go? Does! Has one just wide of the far post. Not a bad effort by Bellosomo, who's proven in the past he can have a hit from a long range. But that one swerved wide of Kitson's left post.
Well, you'll know what I say when I say this from Luca. It's a good centre-half shot, that. He's just missed the target. Normally centre-backs miss the target when you do a shooting practice. But I tell you what, he's not far away, is he? Worth a shot, and a great effort from Luca there. Unlucky not just to curl that in. He's a bit more skillful than people give him credit for. He can bend them in when he wants to.
And with Johnny Steele and Ricardo Sanchez in the squad, if they ever did have problems at the center half position, they could put Luca right in there because that's been his natural position. This center midfield role this year is a complete departure from him. And that's some good coaching by Colin Miller and Tater Torderson. As away goes Hines once again. Getting to the outside of Janicki, good little spin. And maybe a bit too much from Hines as Martin Nash goes down, gets a little poke. Moda Galvin rolls it forward for Spicer. Frankie Sanfilippo, Hines, Rosenlund. Nice ball played wide. Can Franks keep this in? Does. Can't win the corner though. Good tackle by Anzu Toure. And Sanfilippo, that's off the shin of Nash. And the referee has immediately blown halftime. No stoppage time to speak of. Whitecaps go to the tunnel with a 0-0 lead.
Well, and deservedly so. I think at least 1-0. 1-0 actually compliments Rochester. I thought Whitecaps have had a few good chances there. But Rochester still battling away, and I wouldn't count them out. They'll come out fighting in the second half. But a much better effort from the Whitecaps, and they look a lot more confident.
We have a little feature we present at the end of the first 45 minutes as Kristen Reed picks a Whitecap up. In this case, it'll be Luca Bellisomo, and it's presented by Park and Fly. Kristen?
Thank you, Peter. Really good chance for yourself at the end of the first half, but how nice was this for this team just to get a lead now to play with?
It was huge. I mean, it's been a long time since we scored, and we need to score to win games, and that's what we've been focusing on. And to see that one go in like it did, it definitely took some weight off our shoulders.
Your team has been saying all the right things during this stretch, but how difficult has it been to be patient and wait for those opportunities?
Yeah, you know, it's been hard, but we've been getting chances. We've been creating opportunities, and we knew eventually it was going to go in. And finally it has, and hopefully they keep coming. Yeah.
One thing you guys have been doing very well, though, is defending. What do you need to do now with this lead and make sure you get the 3 point?
We need to stay disciplined, do our job defensively, but we don't want to change our game too much. We want to keep them under pressure all over the park, hopefully get another one, and you know, keep a clean sheet.
Thank you for this. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Luca Bellisomo, his team up 1-0 at the half on a goal from Cornelius Stewart. Stay with us. We've got plenty to come, including a one-on-one with former Vancouver Whitecaps head coach Bob Lilly. You're watching PlayNow.com, Vancouver Whitecaps Soccer on Shaw.
The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo this weekend at the Blue Cross Arena. Browse rows and rows of swim spas, hot tubs, fitness spas, saunas, and pools. Save 40 to 60% when you cut out retail and buy direct from the factories. This weekend only at the Blue Cross Arena. Call or visit superhottubdeals.com.
Trying to fit a 21st century vehicle in an old garage? You could call a wizard.
Or you could call the reframing experts at the Tracy Door Company. Let us replace or repair aging garage headers when you need more than just a door. Modernize your existing door or replace old gated or sliding doors with secure insulated doors and electronic openers.
For 3 generations, the Tracy Door Company.
Have you had challenges with your financing lately? Well, who hasn't? Hey folks, Tom Park at Fusillo Hyundai. We try to make it as easy as possible for you when you finance a vehicle at Fusillo's. All you do is visit us online anytime, right here at this website, fill out a few easy lines, takes a few minutes, and chances are we can find some terms to suit your particular needs. Billy works with a lot of different banks, has a lot of clout with these banks, and hopefully we'll get you financed like you want. See for yourself right now. Visit us online.
The Hot Tub and Swim Spa Blowout Expo this weekend at the Blue Cross Arena. Browse rows and rows of swim spas, hot tubs, fitness spas, saunas, and pools. Save 40 to 60% when you cut out retail and buy direct from the factories. This weekend only at the Blue Cross Arena. Call or visit superhottubdeals.com.
Welcome back to PlayNow.com, Vancouver Whitecaps Soccer on Shaw TV. Cornelius Stewart helped get a huge monkey off the Vancouver Whitecaps back, scoring that goal in the first half. As mentioned throughout this broadcast, the Whitecaps had a lot of trouble finding the back of the net. In their 6 league games, they scored now just 5 goals. However, they've only given up 2 on the other side. Bianca Solterback tries to get to the bottom of exactly what the Whitecaps need to do to strike a little more often.
Now this is what the Vancouver Whitecaps need to do more of.
We need to start scoring some goals so we can get some points. We're just on the edge. Too many 0-0 games.
The Whitecaps have gone goalless in their last 3 matches, but not all is lost. The club isn't giving up any goals. Wednesday's battle with Toronto FC was a scoreless draw.
Good attack is always built from good defense, you know, and so that's definitely a very good thing to build on.
A consistent back line and some solid goalkeeping from Jay Noley has kept the goals against the Caps at a minimum, keeping them in the hunt for the Voyageurs Cup.
I think our defensive shape from the forwards all the way back has been great. You know, we're getting pressure on the ball out wide, and it's helping our defenders, you know, match up the 2 forwards. And you know, a lot of the shots have come from far out, which is helping me a lot too.
First-year Whitecap Nelson Akwari has also been key in keeping the ball out of the Whitecaps' net.
Nelson has, for me, been one of the best defenders in this league the last 2 years. We clearly see that now that he is on the top of his game.
Great bunch of guys on the team, great organization. I think we got a lot of important games coming up very soon, so that's been pretty exciting. As a pro, you want to play in good games against good competition, and that's what you can do here in Vancouver.
And it's definitely an improvement from a year ago, when the Whitecaps' back line was constantly changing.
Last year we struggled badly with our defensive part because we had so many injuries. We had players leaving us and so on, and basically every game we had to replace somebody at the back.
Last year we had, I don't even know how many combinations, maybe 19 throughout the year, and you know, it takes a toll on the defense. You know, when you got different guys in there who have different tendencies, it's definitely difficult.
With Wednesday's draw, Vancouver hasn't made life easy for themselves. In order to win their first Voyageur Cup, they'll have to beat both Montreal and Toronto on the road. And to win, they'll need a couple more of these. I'm Bianca Salterbeck for Shaw TV.
And the Whitecaps have struck first here. They are up 1-0 at the half. Stay with us. Coming up, a one-on-one with former Whitecaps head coach Bob Lilly. You're watching PlayNow.com, Vancouver Whitecaps Soccer on Shaw.
Rochester. Car dealers all over New York will not sell you a vehicle because you owe thousands more on your old car than it's actually worth. My new economic stimulus program in conjunction with Marina Dodge can solve that problem today.
Hurry to Marina Dodge because this week we'll pay off your trade even if you owe $5,000 more than it's worth. Bring home $350 a week and you're virtually pre-approved. Or drive away in a 2010 Dodge Caliber with no money down and a payment of $129. Going on now at Marina Dodge in Webster. Always the best for less.
Kevin Michelson, employee for Monroe County Probation. After coming to World Gym, I was able to lose 57 pounds in the 3 months and 75 pounds over a 5 month period, and I've kept it off since. I was on 4 or 5 medications. You know, I'm off everything now. It's really changed my life. I'll take it with me forever. The staff is fantastic, very knowledgeable, professional. If you're looking for results like these, give World Gym a call, or better yet, come on down.
What is that?
That is Roadrunner Turbo with Power Boost. It's super fast. It can give you an extra burst of speed, so you can download music really quick. Same thing for our photos or movies. You just click and boom. It's like you never have to wait. It's pretty incredible.
Actually, I was referring to this. Took some liberties with the abs.
Maybe.
Get Roadrunner Turbo with Power Boost for a burst of download speed up to 22 megabits per second and revel in the power of you. Get Roadrunner Turbo for $39.95 per month when you switch from Frontier DSL.
Welcome back to PlayNow.com, Vancouver Whitecaps Soccer on Shaw. He won the USL First Division title in 2006, but was fired after an early playoff exit in 2007. Former Whitecaps head coach Bob Lilly has now landed in Rochester, and he had some very interesting things to say about his time in Vancouver and how he's adjusting to life in the great state of New York. Well, thank you so much, Bob, for taking the time with us. First, I just want to ask you, how are you adapting to life in Rochester now?
Well, I've been there many times, and you know, it's a good soccer environment, similar to here or Montreal or some of the places I've been. So I'm enjoying it. It's a young team. Hopefully, we're gonna, you know, be competitive tonight. But it has been fun to be there, and the challenge is obviously to bring Rochester back to one of the top teams in the league.
How did you see this challenge, getting back to this level of soccer and then joining a team that obviously had a lot of turnover from the season before?
Well, the history in Rochester is very significant, maybe as much as anyone in terms of the current USL format or USSF format. But, you know, Pat Urcoli is there, and he was there when they won all their championships, and he helped bring me in. The owner, Rob Clark, was, you know, looking, you know, to bring us in with experience and try to obviously point the club in the right direction. So it's, you know, I'm thankful for that opportunity, and hopefully we're gonna do well with it.
What's it like being back here at Swan Garden facing off against your former squad?
Well, there's not too many, you know. Nash is here, and I coached Chris Williams in Montreal at one point, and Bellasomo trained with us. But other than that, there's not a lot of ties. So there's been a lot of turnover here, obviously, and we've had that in Rochester as well.
Is there still a part of you, though, that enjoys coming back here and maybe wants to get that win here at Swan Garden?
Well, when I was here, I enjoyed the city, and you know, it was disappointing, you know, when the contract wasn't renewed. But in this business for coaches, you know, your lifespan isn't that long. You know, shockingly to me is all the other turnover that's gone on in the organization. And, you know, if the name's not Leonard Doozy, then you're always going to be vulnerable, and that's the unfortunate thing. So, but for me, you know, it was great the time I was here, and was happy to win a championship here in 2006.
Martin Nash said earlier this week that obviously you were known as a coach that was, you know, tough on his players. You're very vocal on the sidelines, but you're a coach that after you've left, you have a lot more respect for what you did for the club. How does that make you feel, and do you still take that same attitude into your Rochester club?
Yeah, I mean, I believe my job is to make players better, and I'll push. You know, I'm very demanding, but I think I've always had good relationships with players and stayed in touch even with players back that I coached in Hershey and Montreal, and certainly there's that connection with Martin, and you know, I think that's with your players. I mean, when you go out on the field, you need to know you're together, and you know, I've always been, my style's different obviously than many coaches, but I've probably mellowed over the years some too.
Well, thank you. We appreciate this, and good luck to your club this season.
Thanks, Chris.
Bob Lilly, now head coach of the Rochester Rhinos. Lilly's club right now trailing the Whitecaps 1-0 at the half. Let's things back to Peter Shad and Alan Arrington for some highlights and analysis of that first half.
Yes, it's the BC Hydro Power Smart highlights and analysis, and the Whitecaps got what they wanted finally. Actually, they got an offside goal to start things off, but Cornelius Stewart certainly served notice that he was going to be a dangerous player.
Yeah, well, you can see in the build-up here, there's Torrey on the ball. He's jinking and getting through. I mean, he's done quite well tonight, Torrey. I think he's been impressive, but he's getting forward. His end product needs to be a little bit better. His crossing and his finishing has to be a little bit better. But the guy who's impressed me is this guy here, Cornelius Stewart. I think he's done everything well tonight. He's took players on, he's had shots at goal, he's scored an offside goal, and he's scored the goal that's, you know, the difference between the two teams today. Everything he does with pace, and he's breathing down the fullback's back all the time. He's really doing well and pushing in. He's just a pleasure to watch.
Almost looked like Kitson might have got a hand on that particular effort. There you see Bellasomo stealing in, and this is what actually led to the goal. Haber thought about having a go, then cut inside. His shot was blocked, and it actually went straight to Stewart. Good left-footed finish. I'm not sure if the goalkeeper will be happy when he looks at his positioning in goal there.
I think he got pulled off a bit by going for the shot, and when Stewart gets a touch on there, it looks easy to finish that, but it's only looking easy when you're sitting in this position here. When you're on the field, it's a bit harder. He did very well to score that goal.
Province scoring summary. Stewart's 17th minute goal after 5 Vancouver shots in the first 45 minutes. Rochester with 3 on target, none though for the Rhinos. Vancouver with the 1 corner, and the fouls relatively low as well. No bookings either. As we get set for the second 45 minutes of play from Swangard Stadium, it's the home side in front thanks to that man, Cornelius Stewart from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You're watching PlayNow.com. Whitecap Soccer on Shaw.
Hi, welcome to the Best Western, Victor Inn and Suites. Presenting an impressive Best Western in Victor, just off exit 45 of the New York State Thruway, located in the Finger Lakes region and 15 minutes from Rochester. We're an easy reach to many top area attractions. Our spacious rooms feature 32-inch HD TV, fridge, microwave, wireless high-speed internet access, and more. Relax in our indoor heated pool and jacuzzi, or work out in our recreational facility. Call the Best Western Victor Inn and Suites for more information or to book your stay.
Summer is on its way here, and you should be too. Hey folks, Tom Park at Fusillo Hyundai, and it's a great time to drive off a brand new Hyundai SUV from Fusillo Hyundai. Think about this. You've got brand new Santa Fe's, the all-new redesigned 2010 Hyundai Tucson. You've got the all-new Veracruz. All of these are terrific values, coupled with the gas mileage, coupled with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Great incentives from the factory. Billy's huge discounts. What are you waiting for? Get to Fusillo Hyundai.
Adore your floor. From Messner Carpet and Flooring, Messner makes it so easy to adore your floor. Beautiful woods and bamboo, easy care laminates and tile, cozy carpet and rugs for any room in your home. It's the final days of National Karastan Month. Earn up to $1,000 cash back on wool carpets, runners, and rugs, and beautiful Karastan carpet. Messner Carpet and Flooring, 19 Monroe Avenue in Pittsford. Adore your floor. From Messner.
Welcome back to PlayNow.com. Whitecaps soccer on Shaw as the Whitecaps have the 1-0 advantage and they get to attack their favorite south side here in the second half, which I'm sure they're pleased with. 4,900 fans here at Swangard Stadium taking it in. 4,996 to be exact.
We've got 3 teams visiting from Calgary that I did some coaching with on the weekend, and they've been in here making themselves known with a lot of screaming and shouting and thoroughly enjoying the game. They picked a good one to come to, so hi to you guys from Calgary, and I'll see you again.
Coached by Sean Lowther, former Whitecap.
Sean Lowther's the head coach. I can see him as we sit here. He's in the crowd, and Sean played many a game here at Swangard and was one of the best players I think we had over the years. A great fullback and a good pro.
Set to go in the second half. Peter Shad and Alan Arrington welcoming you and the folks in Rochester watching on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet. There's a viewing party right now at Matthews East End Grill in Rochester as the Whitecaps and Rhinos stand pat in their starting 11. I'll review it for you in just a second, with Rochester in possession and then off of Williams and out. Kitson in goal to our right. Greenfield, Roberts, Pitchkolin, and Sanfilippo at the back. Hines, Moda Galvin, Rosenlund, Franks through midfield, Spicer and Hamilton up front for the men in green and black. The Whitecaps with Nolly, Siskaridze, Aquari, Janicki, and Williams at the back. Toure, Nash, Belisomo, and Moose through midfield. Haber and the goal scorer Cornelius Stewart up front as Hines will touch down for Spicer. Looks to the penalty area for Hamilton. Siskaridze knocks the ball high in the air. The man in the middle is David Barry in the yellow. And he had very little to do, really. A couple of offside flags. The most significant being Cornelius Stewart's offside goal, as Nash will send a right-footed ball over his head. Moda Galvin to the feet of Hamilton. Little layoff there as Rosenlund tries to find Hines running through. Janicki then lost possession. Spicer on the trot. And Spicer keeps possession and rolls back for Greenfield, but that's stolen away by Haber. Not a great ball played back by Hines. And now Toure sidestepping Franks, and switches played beautifully for Justin Moose, who's just getting a little bit more confident with every game after 2 years off basically with injuries, and injuries in an area that makes you perhaps question going in hard on tackle sometimes, going in at full tilt as the ball's played over the head of Stewart. But Justin Moose, his coach, very confident that he'll come around and be the player that he was when he first came to the Whitecap organization.
Well, he started off great with the club when he first came in, and I think the injuries took its toll a little bit, but he's working his way back to his match fitness, and the more games you play, you feel a bit more comfortable.
Good ball played through from Franks to Hamilton, and a good save by Nolly, who then got a piece of Hamilton. Hamilton got in behind Siskaridze after a good little ball through by Franks, and Hamilton denied by a big-bodied Jay Nolly, who just threw his body in front of that. As away goes Moose now on the counter. Rolls it wide for Williams. Stepping up from right back. Overlapping run is Cornelius Stewart. At least into the channel here. Stewart tries to get past Roberts. Gets onto his left foot. Floats it to the back post. And headed away from Toure there. And Sanfilippo pushed over by Toure. Easy foul to call in minute 48.
Well, I don't know if we're going to get back to see it, but that was a huge save by Jay Nolly. And it's easy to say, you know, that's his job, he should be getting that. When he's not been in the game for a while, he's been watching most of the game, he hasn't had a lot to do. To come up big like that one needed shows terrific concentration. And it wasn't a good save, it was a great save. That's just kept the Whitecaps in the game.
And Williams will tuck back to his goalkeeper, who was called upon just a moment ago. How Hamilton managed to get in behind that easily will be a question asked a little later on.
Well, I think it could have been cleared a couple of times before that chance came about. And just a little bit sloppy in trying to get the clearance away. There's times to pass and play and be cute, and there's times to put your foot through the ball and get it up the field.
Williams knocks it in touch. Greenfield backwards to Roberts. Troy Roberts. San Jose, California native. Greenfield did well to step between two white-shirted players. Finds Franks, and then Moda Galvin will switch play on the far side for San Filippo in the sunlight over there at Swangard Stadium. Again, Franks, who's been a busy little player, has done well. Wearing the number 8 from Medford, New Jersey, the Wilmington Hammerhead, before being discovered by Bob Lilly. And Bob Lilly has had a pretty decent track record of playing or bringing players in. As almost a foul against Hines there, not given. And a through ball for Janicki, who's way up the field. Marcus Haber on the trot. Can he find somebody in the penalty area? Haber cuts it to the top of the box. Janicki on his right foot, pushed over. No foul, just a nudge, just a little nudge.
And really unlucky there, Greg Janicki. You know, he's got a bit of confidence to be that ball up the field for one, but his touch let him down on that. Poor first touch. Should have had a better first touch. Would have had a strike on goal.
Now Nash for Torrey. Is that going to stay in? It's not. Belisomo did nice covering for Janicki after making that foray into Rochester territory.
Well, that comes natural to Luca Belisomo being a centre back anyway. As soon as he sees him go up, he just tuck in there and fill in the spot.
Moda Galvin, near side for Greenfield. Bob Lilly in the championship year brought in Steve Klein, actually brought him in 05. That was a big player to bring in, but he also found Tony Donatelli, who was critical in the playoff run. He brought in Ryan Suarez at the late stages as well, and even though they didn't get along very well, Suarez was pretty instrumental as the season wore on. Nice ball played into that right channel for Haber. Cuts inside Roberts, back to the outside on Roberts. Can he get around Roberts to get a cross in? And it's on target. Is that a corner? It is. And the Whitecaps will have their second set piece from the near side after a good run by Haber.
Good work by Marcus Haber there. 1-on-1, trying to go forward. Really not a lot of people flooding the box to get in and get on the end of it. But here we see he's jinking and jinking to try and get past him right to the line. That's a good little ball in, stays on the field, but the goalkeeper gets a touch and takes it out for a corner kick. But good play. Again, though, I'd like to see more Whitecaps play, getting into the box, trying to get in the end of that.
Now can Martin Nash provide some quality from the near quadrant in minute 51. Whitecaps 1, Rochester 0. Swerves it into the middle. Janicki! And it's 2-0! This time the big defender got to the end of it, and with that bandaged head, he guides it into the far corner. Whitecaps 2, Rochester 0.
Well, the slup's over, isn't it? 2 goals in a game. That's lovely to see for the Whitecaps. I'm sure the Rochester players won't be too happy, but the delivery from Martin Nash is impeccable here. It's a great ball and a good defender coming up there to get the header in. Really unchallenged. You'd expect him to have a little bit more challenge about him there. But 2-0 the score is. And again, is it over? I think there might be more goals to come.
I'm a little surprised that nobody was camped out on that far post on a corner. Normally you see defenders on either post allowing the goalkeeper to come.
Well, Peter, over the years we've been critical, of the corners. The Whitecaps haven't scored a lot of corners over the years, but tonight they scored off a corner, and when you've got Ricardo in midfield, his delivery's been absolutely priceless.
Good run here by Rosenlund, and the Vancouver right tries to whip it across, and down goes Nolly to smother it in the 6. After a good run by the Rochester number 13, and now it's an uphill battle for Bob Lilly's 11, and he may start to think about bringing some new fresh legs into this one as Belisomo plays it along the deck. And back to goal was Stewart, but he was nudged off of it.
The Whitecaps goal.
Well, the Whitecaps have also got their subs warming up, and don't be surprised to see Taka Hirano making an appearance tonight again either. He needs his time on the field. He needs to get his fitness back to game fitness, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him coming about the 60th minute.
Moose floats it forward, looking for Haber, whose run set up the corner after a terrific right channel run down the penalty area, cut it across. The goalkeeper couldn't keep it in play, and that led to Martin Nash's sublime corner, which was swerving away from the Rochester goalkeeper the whole time. Janicki just had to guide it into that far post. Rosenberg. There are 28 people here who would love to see him involved in a Rochester goal. And now the chase is on from Stewart. As back it goes to Kitson. Southsiders giving him a tough time here, minute number 54. Probably will see Hirano, and whether he takes off Toure or not will remain to be seen. He's normally a left fullback. Nash will float it into touch. The other subs that are available to Tater Torderson tonight for the Whitecaps are Marlon James, who's still not quite fit. Johnny Steele is back, but he hasn't trained, so it's doubtful you'll see him. Phil Davies, a graduate of the residency program, along with speedster Randy Edwini Bonsu, Taka Hirano, and Ricardo Sanchez. Simon Thomas is the backup goalkeeper. Wide right it goes for San Filippo. Franks. Through ball, lovely actually. Just a little too far though for Hines. Rolled back from Macquarie, and a left-footed clearance from Jay Nolly. Bob Lilly has Scott Vallow as the backup goalkeeper tonight. Rich Costanzo is number 6, Nano Short. Isaac Kissy, Timothy Gore, Tino Nunez, and Ian Bennett, the Canadian, are his substitutes. We might see Ian Bennett actually suit up here. He played in Charleston as well, so he'll be familiar with a few of the players on the field. As Jay Nolly will take the goal kick in minute number 55, and a little bit of breathing room for the home side for the first time in a long time, and that bodes well for their road travels coming up here.
Well, they can sit and relax a bit, and I don't think they will relax. I think they push on for more goals here, but there's less pressure on them, and it's a bit more easy to play when the monkey's off your back and you've got goals ahead of you. So the Whitecaps have settled down a little bit, but they just look a little bit more comfortable all over the field, and they look more as a cohesive team tonight than they have in the past. It looked a bit fragile the other games where they've really not had the belief, but tonight the belief seems to be there, and certainly 2 goals as a result of that.
I have to say I was pretty surprised by Bob Lilly's comments at halftime about the organization in this discussion with Kristen Reed there about the Whitecap organization and the turnover. I think the Whitecaps have brought in some pretty quality people when you look at the soccer landscape here.
I think the Whitecaps are certainly on the grow, and they're bringing in absolutely right quality people.
Stewart.
And the club's going to get bigger and bigger, you know, as it goes on, and I'm sure there's more people to come in.
A bit of a shock, perhaps, at the Whitecaps president there, you think, as Moose wins a throw in deep.
Yeah, Bob's always been a guy who says what he believes and what he thinks anyway, and you know, you like some things you say, you don't like other things you say, but that's Bob Lilly. That's what you get when he comes in.
He's telling Kissy to get in there, and that's going to be the first substitution that he brings in. Isaac Kissy, the number 18. Chris Williams to take this throw. We'll wait and see who's coming in. But looks like James.
He's just coming off a hamstring injury, so a good, what have we got, 35 minutes for Marlon James maybe, just to get him back to match fitness, get him sharp again.
Janicki, who scored the second goal, floats it through Haber. Does he stay outside? And he was looking square, too. He could have held his run up. Troy Roberts was the last man back. You'll wonder if Tater Torderson will pair James with his countryman, Stewart, or if Stewart will maybe take off Moose, and Moose will, maybe Stewart will take the wide right position here. We've seen
it's number 9 coming off.
19 off and 9 on. So James in for Moose. So that means that Haber and James will play up front, and Cornelius Stewart will go to right midfield. And we've seen him play decently there, too.
Well, when you're a good player up front, you can be a good player on the wing as well. He's certainly got the tools to do the job. And I think Marlon James coming on doesn't do you any harm anyway. He's a quick player, and he's probably the most experienced striker we've got here. And I think it's more firepower for the Whitecaps. They're going for more goals tonight.
Kissy comes on for Hamilton, so that's a straight swap of strikers. As sent forward. Ball stays in play, and Kissy's first touch will be against Aquari, who's actually forced to give up the corner. And that'll be Rochester's first. As you see the substitutions there.
Well, everybody back for the Whitecaps. There's nobody left for the ball to be bumped out and held up. Everybody back. Marcus Haber coming back and filling space at the front post. Everyone in the Whitecaps half.
Short for Hines, plays it across the top of the penalty area, and it's hammered away. And you wonder why maybe there wasn't a Whitecap player camped out at least somewhere near midfield, as that would have been quite a break if a man like Stewart's got Greenfield in his sights. That's a one-on-one battle I would take.
Even 1 against 2, I'd fancy him for that. You know, you knock it past him, you go past the 2 of them.
Roberts. Greenfield closed down by Stewart, who's now playing right midfield. Janicki flicks back, Aquari nods forward. And Kissy getting in there, the number 18. And Anzu Ture is going to chase this one down against Pitchkolan. Away goes Rochester down that right flank. Aquari got in the way of that cross and finds the yellow boots of Anzu Ture. He wants Marlon James ahead of him. And look at Stewart racing down this near side as he drifts into space. Flag goes up on Marlon James. And he looks to the heavens. He just was in full flight, and Rochester did a good job of stepping forward at the critical moment.
Well, Peter, I think the referee assistant's got this spot on, actually. He was offside when it was played, but they're playing on the edge. They're just playing on the shoulder of the last defender, trying to get the ball over the top, and they're gambling a little bit, but the pace they've got, they can allow him to give him a yard and still get there and behind him.
Franks floats it towards the back post, and he has possibly been Rochester's best player out wide right, Jamie Franks.
You look at him now, you've got Stewart wide on the right, you've got Haber up front with Marlon James. I mean, I would give Stewart a free roll and say have a bit of a roam and look to get over the top as well. You can drag people across there and get the ball over the top to him. But you've got 4 players, Torrey on the left as well. Neither of them are slouches, none of them are slouches. They're all very quick players and all a threat that can score goals for the Whitecaps tonight.
And Torrey trying to take on San Filippo. I'm sure they've battled once or twice in their USSF D2 incarnation, as Marlon James wasn't ready for that ball played to the top of the box, and it ran off him and away, and now Rochester in possession. Good run by Hines, who charges forward. Hines tried to play in Spicer, but it was too long, and Spicer's unhappy with that service because he was drifting into a nice little position there in the left channel, Whitecaps penalty area.
Well, it's a good run forward there, and he's took everybody on. He had to, because he really did have a lot of support. He's took everybody on to have a go there. But just back to the Whitecaps and the wide players tonight. You've got Stewart and you've got Torrey on either flank. And tonight, I think you've seen more crosses tonight from dangerous positions in this game here than we've seen in all the games we've played so far.
We've crossed the hour mark at Swangard Stadium. Rochester down by 2 goals, but in possession, 20 yards up, and more substitutions coming.
I think we'll see Randy and Winnie Bonsu coming into the game, and again, cause more problems.
Of course, the Whitecaps have some fixture congestion coming up here with the return date in Rochester in a week, but also the Montreal Neutralite game and the Toronto Neutralite game, all road games. And I think they'll probably want Marcus Haber fresh for those. And with a 2-0 lead, they can afford to maybe bring on Edwini Bonsu. And look at the pursuit there by Stewart. Greenfield got lucky and got away. Now he's going to have to shrug off the youngster. Greenfield, nice shoulder charge there by Stewart. And up it goes, and here's Haber onside, and away goes Marlon James, heading straight for the goal. Haber, can he cut it back onto his left foot? Haber has a left-footed strike. Great tackle by Roberts. And now Stewart wins it again and knocks it into touch. Bob Lilly asking for a foul on the shoulder charge by Stewart, but that looked totally clean from our perspective.
Well, that sums up currently Stewart to me. He's at one end making a challenge to win the ball back, and he's at the other end there setting up Marcus Haber to get through. And Haber actually not bad a shot to have a goal from there, but again I thought Ansu Ture could have pushed his neck a little bit to get in the box.
Haber again. Deep right corner. Stewart with a nicely floated ball. Bellisomo with a header at the back stick. And it's it's off the crossbar and over for a goal kick. I think there was appeals for a corner, but it is a goal kick to our right.
Well, once again, Peter, we're getting crosses in tonight from dangerous areas. A great little set-up ball from Marcus Haber. Cornelius Stewart just clips it in. It's a good ball to the back stick for big Luca Bellasoma to get on the end of. Needs to get above the play and head that down there, but it's certainly a decent effort. And again, I said before the game, what needs to happen if the forwards are going to score goals, there has to be more creativity down the flanks and from midfield. We've seen that in both areas.
Spicer almost away there, but a critical header from Aquari. Siskaridze puts it straight up in the air. Janicki, and then Aquari again knocks it forward. Stewart tried to flick it through. Just got a little bit too much meat behind that ball, and then Williams will see it go off for a throw. And Bob Lilly having another discussion with a player who's about to come on, can't see from here. And a good ball played forward again by Nash, and away goes Haber once more. Tried to play it past Roberts, who knocks it off and out for a Whitecap throw deep.
Well, Haber's trying to set up Marlon James there, and a great run from Marlon James, a little diagonal run just to get him behind the defender. Haber trying to play the ball over to him, but cut out for the corner kick. And here we have another corner kick. Is Martin Nash coming over? No, it's not.
Throw.
It's actually a throw in, that's why he's not coming over for the corner. But certainly more dangerous play from the Whitecaps.
Stewart sends it into the box, bounces all the way through, and now here's Toure. Can he serve up a good cross? Floats into the back post. Haber gets on it off the crossbar! Oh, Marcus Haber that close to his second goal in all competitions. And what a terrific ball by Toure.
Well, once again, Peter, what did I say? It's got to be crosses in the box, and you're going to get these strikers on the end of things. Marcus Haber's absolutely so unlucky on that one because he did everything right. But a terrific cross in from Toure. Haber's on the end of it, and unfortunately, it comes up the crossbar. But look at the cross that's coming in here. It's a delightful little cross. He's off the boogie centre back. On a better day, that's a goal, and he's done everything right. The woodwork's in the way, and the goalkeeper's very fortunate.
Well, his entire row of family sits right in front of us, and they were up and off their feet. They thought that was for sure going in. It did not, and we're still at 2-0 Whitecaps as Mota Galvin tries to orchestrate things through Rochester's midfield. Rosenlund. Franks for Mota Galvin. And Roberts, the last man. Look at the pursuit now by Haber. Greenfield closed down by Stewart. Down the line it goes to Hines. Hines did well to get past Williams. And then goes for a stumble and will win a free kick just to the edge of the penalty area.
He's had a good game, Hines. He's done well there to take two players on. Showed a little bit of initiative to try and get forward. And we have a sub on the play, Peter, if I'm not mistaken.
Ricardo Sanchez in for Martin Nash if the referee gets the attention here. And Rochester will also make a substitution. Greenfield is coming off, and they'll bring Rich Costanzo in, so it's a straight defenders swap. And now Martin Nash will take off the armband, and Ricardo Sanchez will come in, and the Whitecaps now have another threat set piece-wise.
Well, Martin Nash coming off the field, and he's made a terrific difference since he's come back tonight. I think that's been the difference. It really has. He's opened the game up with his long-range passing. He's played it simple, and his corners have been good. He's had a good game, Martin Nash, tonight, getting back to match fitness after being off 2 or 3 games with a back injury.
And he'll be fresh for Wednesday as the shot is going to float way high into the VIP section from the substitute.
And what a waste, really. That's a terrific position. You know, if they want to get back in the game, they've got to take advantage of set plays like that. I'm sure Bob Lilly will be furious with that. That delivery's either got to be on target or it's got to be in place so you can get something on the end of it. But to give it away like that, far too easy.
Minute 67, Whitecaps 2, Rochester 0. Peter Shad and Alan Arrington, playnow.com. Whitecaps soccer on Shaw, around North America at whitecapsfc.com, and in Rochester on Time Warner Cable Sportsnet, as the Whitecaps look to improve their league position. It hasn't been a problem at the back this year, and it gets more steady with every game as Siskaridze goes flying in. Maybe a break on here as away goes Kissy down that right flank. Aquari closes down very well. Kissy got the first touch, and does he win a corner? Yes, he does. So a corner opportunity and a set piece
Well,
chance.
you've got to give a bit of credit to Rochester here as well. They're 2-0 down, and the Whitecaps have certainly had the fair share of the play and most of the play tonight, but they've not packed it in, Rochester, have they? They've really battled hard, and that's a sign of Bob Lilly's work as well. They put their effort in here, and they're a good young team. They'll get better as the season goes on.
Franks swerves it in, straight up off of Pitch Colon, and then a foul called after the fact. And I think Moda Galvin was involved there in the penalty area. The Whitecaps will have a free kick, minute number 68 now.
Yeah, Belly someone up for the header. He used a bit of a shove as he went in. Might have got a bit of an elbow in the face as he had that as well. But referee's actually done a good job tonight. We've not even mentioned him. And that's normally a good sign when you get a referee not getting a mention. He's done everything right. There's not been a bad tackle in the game, in all honesty. It's been a fairly easy game to referee, but the lad's done a decent job tonight, and credit where it's due.
Nice touch from Sanchez, his first, but then Marcus Haber gave the ball away, and away goes Kissy. He's got the overlapping run from Hines, wide right. That's a poor ball, though, and Siskeridze will turn in transition for Toure, who races down that left flank. Toure cutting inside, overlapping is Siskeridze. There's the ball, it's a good one. Now, can the left-footed delivery come from Siskeridze? He holds up, gets to the outside, is brought down, and now Ricardo Sanchez.
Peter, we've not seen that this season. We've not seen players get down the flank and run at the full-back. They've always looked to come inside. Toure's done better tonight. Siskeridze makes a terrific run there, and he's in there for a good cross in, and they have to foul him to stop him. He's done well, look, he comes across. He's gone to the line to make it more difficult for everybody. Free kick as it is, but that's the best attacking play we've seen down the flanks this season.
And Pitch Colon will go into the referee's notebook. That's the first card here in this match. 69th minute for Aaron Pitch Colon after the tackle on Siskeridze, and that leaves Ricardo Sanchez with a delectable free kick opportunity for his left foot. It's 12 yards up, just a yard outside the area. A lot of jostling going on. Now he moves it a little bit closer to the byline. And the Whitecaps have plenty of bodies in that box. Can they make it 3-0? Ricardo Sanchez just in as a substitute. Quarry has his shirt held. There's a lot of jostling back and forth. Half cleared, only as far as Stewart. He has a goal from a long distance, took a deflection. The goalkeeper will come out and claim that one. As Kitson then rolls it along the deck for Sanfilippo. Closed down by Toure. Up the line it goes for Franks, who cuts infield. And then for Spicer. Spicer's going to find Roberts.
Yellow card caution.
And near side for the substitute, Costanzo. And then Janicki with a bit of a lazy foul there as he grabbed onto the shirt of Ryan Hines.
Janicki's actually pushed into midfield quite a bit tonight and not sat at the back. He's pushed in to fill in the gap in midfield when there's an extra player in there, and that's good to see. The danger of that is you might get dragged out of position a little bit, and you've got to have a Quarry making sure that he's well covered at the back.
Now Bellisomo pulls down his man with a fistful of jersey. Top of the penalty area. Rosenlund, and good tackle from Hines as Toure spins. Now look at the space ahead for Haber, who wanted that ball earlier. He was drifting wide open down the left channel, and Toure couldn't find him. The Whitecaps will get the throw in minute 71.
Haber makes very good runs, Peter, very intelligent runs. He peels off the full-back and runs away. Just creates enough space that he's got a bit more time on the ball if it comes over to him.
Quarry drifting left, and then a left-footed switch looking for Stewart, who's up and wins the ball. Costanza did get a touch on it. And then Siskeridze plays it straight up the middle, and can Haber get there? He won't. Ball played wide right. Franks again has an overlapping run outside of it. Franks is going to have a left-footed strike, and it just drifts wide of the far post. Decent effort from the youngster in number 8 as he just put it wide of Jay Nolly's right post.
Well, a good chance by Franks there. He does well to come in on his left foot. He just comes inside, look on his left foot, and he strikes it quite well. And I'll tell you what, it's not far away from the target, that. And Jay Nolly can only look at that as he's dived to try and get somewhere near it, but he can only look at that as it whizzes past the post.
I think he's got a future, the young man. As the ball is up in the air, Hines sends it right-footed into Whitecap territory. Siskeridze unchallenged, only as far as Franks, who had that chance a moment ago. And then through ball for Rosenlund. Again, Franks closed down by Toure, and that ball is given away as Bellisomo gives it back awkwardly to Quarry. Ricardo Sanchez will step aside Kissy and poke it wide for Williams, who's got a bit of room to maneuver here up the right channel. He comes inside to Sanchez. Look at Toure wide open on the far side. Sanchez elected to go near side to Cornelius Stewart, who had the opening goal, and then at 17, Greg Janicki made it 2-0 in the 51st minute. Roberts stands up. And the Whitecaps will retrieve this one.
Peter, the whole game tonight looks like there's more enthusiasm. They look like they're enjoying themselves. It looks like it's more fun out there. And it's obviously better for the fans to watch. I think we're going to see another substitution. 2 players coming on for Rochester, and it looks like Randy Bonsu will be coming on for the Whitecaps.
Sanchez. Bellisomo, lovely touch back for Janicki. You mentioned how simple Bellisomo has kept his game here tonight. As Sanchez tests the right fullback Sanfilippo, but he was there easily. And Rochester trying to mount another charge here in Whitecap territory. Again, it's Franks. Cutting inside Sanchez. Rolls it through. Kissy with a little layoff. Franks then finds a beautiful through ball. Here's Hines, and the flag goes up. And it was a nice little build-up by Rochester, but in the end, the flag went up on Ryan Hines.
Well, Franks has had a great game tonight, and that's just summing him up there. He's really made a good run. Little probing pass, gets it past, plays it inside the fullback. Look at him here. Little probing pass. Ball comes back to him, but a lovely little ball inside the fullback. That's a terrific ball, and he's just a little bit unlucky. But I tell you what, it's a good save by Jay Nolly as well, at the near post. Down quick, that's a difficult ball to get to. Good play all around, and just a little bit caught offside there.
Nano Short coming on for Rochester. We also had Randy Edwini Bonsu replacing Marcus Haber, so it's Bonsu and Marlon James up front. And Cornelius Stewart wide right.
Number 9, Darren Spicer.
Darren Spicer has come off for Rochester in one of those 2 Rochester subs. And let's see if Randy Edwini Bonsu can make a difference here. Throw in on the far side. And back it goes to Roberts. Costanzo closed down by Stewart. Good play by Hines to keep it in. He couldn't keep it in. And while we're in a chance here, let's get down to Kristen Stewart. She's standing by with Martin Nash.
Thank you, Peter. Martin, I have to ask you about that second goal. Talk about the corner kick and setting up tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we've been putting in good balls, and they've been attacking it pretty good. We just weren't getting the end of it the last couple of games, and tonight they crashed the box, and Greg got the end of it, a nice goal. You know Bob Lidley better than anyone. Obviously, his club's not going to be giving up tonight. No, they're not going to give up. You know, they're organized. They're a good passing team. They've kept a lot of possession, and they've moved around in the midfield a lot. They've not stayed still, and it's been hard for us to keep track because their wide players are coming in and playing like attacking midfielders. So it's we've done all right, but it's good that we scored some goals, but I think we could play a little bit better.
Thanks for this. Good luck to your team.
All right, thanks.
Peter?
All right, Kristen. The assist to Martin Nash. He has a few of those in his career after the near side corner that found the head of Greg Janicki to make it 2-0 Whitecaps. We're in the 76th minute here. And all these substitutions this season brought to you by Energy Max. And we've had a slew of them in the last few minutes. Actually difficult to keep track of the Rochester subs that just occurred. We know Spicer is off and Nano Short is on, but there was another substitution there. We'll get to that in just a second as Anzu Toure tucks in and plays it to the feet of Chris Williams on the near side. Williams inside on Hines, then for Bellisomo. First time he's taken 3 touches all night, I think. Luca, as he finds Stewart down this far side, and good job by the youngster to keep the ball in play and to win the Whitecaps a deep throw-in.
Well, he's worked his buns off tonight, hasn't he? Everything he's done has been full effort from the kid. And fairness to him, he's had a terrific game. 3 games in a row he's done well, so he's not a flash in the pan. He's certainly got something to offer. And I think the more he plays, the more confidence he's going to get. And I think the better he's going to get.
Timothy Gore is about to come in for Rochester. He's in now, and he's taken off Hines.
Number 11, Ryan Hines, is replaced by number 20, TJ Gould.
That is confirmed in-house. As Williams throws to the feet of Bellisomo, just couldn't get it back to the Whitecap fullback. Janicki. Nunez, who came on at some point in that flurry of substitutions. Nano Short. Minute 77. Rosenlund, who's gone the distance for Rochester. Poor first touch there by Roberts. I thought that Weenie Bonsu might nick in, and you do get the feeling, Alan, that there will be another goal in this game at some point, just the way the Whitecaps have been pushing.
Well, I think they will. I think Tita put the team out that he wants to score goals, obviously. There's certainly been work on it all week. You can see the results of it. The flanks have been better. They've got down the flanks. We've got Taka Harana going to come in here now. I wouldn't be surprised if he comes wide on the left and get more thrust up front. But the pace up front's been the difference for me. And Stewart, again, has been just a revelation. I think he's just had a great game.
Costanzo battling away along the Rochester technical area there, but the ball did squirt out of play. And now here's Taka Morano replacing Anzu Toure, so it's a straight wide left swap.
And you've got to be a little bit disheartened as a Rochester player when you see Taka coming on, who's a very experienced player. He's not bad on the left wing there. You see Randy and Weenie Bonsu come in with pace, and every player on the field has got a bit of quickness about them. So it's going to be difficult for them. And again, I think the Whitecaps are looking to get another goal. I don't think they're happy just to sit back and win 2-0. I think they're going to go for a bit more.
Belisomo closed down by Short. James, who really hasn't had a whole lot to do so far, but there he nicked in and almost stole it. Got another foot in as Stewart tried to tuck inside, but Belisomo will win it back. Tight quarters for the Whitecaps here, but Williams does play to the feet of James too well to check off his man Roberts. Two big men battling there. Ball played wide. He was trying to play in Harano, but good read there by Sanfilippo. And away come the Rhinos with Rosenlund. And that's stolen away by Janicki, who's had a solid night, including a goal here tonight. Hirano, through ball, trying to find it. Weenie Bonsu, the goalkeeper, will dive to his right and scoop that one up. And start the Rhinos forward again. It's Randy and Weenie Bonsu, the residency grad, and speedster.
There's just a bit more urgency in the play all around the field today. In every position, everybody seems a bit more lively and a bit more confident tonight. And the goals have certainly helped with that. It stops the panic factor that you're not scoring. It's a problem. 2 goals have let them open up a bit. But again, I think this is the best thing that could have happened to them. Gaining in confidence, going into Montreal on Wednesday is just what they need.
Gore. James tucked in there. Williams went for a slide and wins a free kick. Chris Williams, coached by Bob Lilly in Montreal, as Williams, one of those players who's played for all the Canadian teams.
And Peter, that's a sign of how fast the pace of the game's been tonight. I think Chris Williams is just pulling his foot up there with a bit of cramp, and it's not very often you see that these days, but the game's been played at such a good pace tonight. I think there'll be a few players on there feeling the effects of it, and they're a little bit tired after the game. But you know what? So they should be. That's what you do when you're a professional player. You run and you play as hard as you can, and you leave everything on the field. When you get off the field, you should be exhausted.
Great flick by Belisomo, who got a head to the back of his. Carries on. Janicki with the header down. Costanzo left it for Rosenlund, who tucks inside. Great tackle there by Hirano, and away he goes. And the break is on now as Sanchez has 4 white shirts ahead of him. Ball played to the feet of Stewart. Stewart. Tater wants him to go on, and he does go on. Getting around the corner. Stewart whips it in, and it's headed away into midfield for Rosenlund.
Absolutely fantastic play from Cornelius Stewart. And again, that's what's been missing in the last 3 games. Nobody's had the audacity to get at somebody down the flanks. We've seen it tonight. Torrey's done it a bit, but this boy Cornelius Stewart, to me, just epitomises what a winger should be doing there. Taking him on, you'll get something. He's got the cross in. You're either going to get a cross from the corner. Terrific play from Stewart.
The other great thing about having a Cornelius Stewart, it's going to push guys like Edwini Bonsu and Dever Orgill. There's some competition for young strikers on this team. If the ball is drifted forward, Marlon James isn't going to give up that fight.
You know, the other thing it does, when you've got strikers like Bonsu and Stewart and James who are all quick, it makes your defenders better because you're playing against them every day in training, and it makes you a better defender because you're playing against good players.
82nd minute now. Whitecaps still with the 2-goal cushion. Aquari nods into midfield. Edwini Bonsu underneath this one. Just nods it back for Hirano, who sends a thumping right-footed ball forward off the chest of Pitch Colin. And then Roberts, middle of the park. And Chris Williams cuts that through ball out. And again, here's Stewart. Stewart got outside his man once again, and the pacey Stewart plays a beautiful ball in for Marlon James. His first touch let him down, but the Whitecaps do get a throw in deep for their troubles.
He's done it simple again, hasn't he? He's took the fullback on. Once again, I hate to keep repeating myself, but we've not seen that this season yet. This is the first game where we've seen him constantly taking the fullback on. Obviously, there's been some work done during the week, and there's the result from it. It's much more exciting play, and the boys had an absolute blinder tonight. I think he's been the best player in the field.
James, through ball, here he comes again, Stewart, and he's going to get past his man. Cornelius Stewart, sliding tackle, and it was a crucial tackle for a corner, and Ricardo Sanchez will have a chance to swerve a ball in from the near side.
Well, he's full of confidence, isn't he? I mean, he's got the fullback in his pocket, really. Every time he gets the ball, he knows what he wants to do, and he's getting there, and that's a terrific run in the box, you know. I've seen penalties given where players go sliding in there. It's a good challenge, though. It is a good tackle, but I'll tell you what, half a second later, and that's a penalty, but well done, Cornelius Stewart.
Well, they scored one for this position. Marlon James was at the end of that one, but good clearance by Roberts. And then it's Stewart, right off the backside of Kissy, and away come Rochester on the counter, and it's Roberts leading the charge for Kissy. And Kissy plays it inside, and Siskaridze, last man back, important tackle there. Whitecaps come back with Sanchez, and Marlon James was drifting wide right again. Rochester pushed up the field there, and you just get the sense that one through ball might send the Whitecaps away. Rosenlund trying to shake off Edwini Bonsu. A nice little jinking move there from Timothy Gore. Rosenlund chips it forward, and I think Short's onside, and out comes Nolly, and Nano Short went in, and he went studs high, and that's going to be a problem as Nano Short went in late. The Whitecaps are not happy with it. There's going to be a booking at least. And let's just see what the card color is here. I'm pretty sure it's just going to be a yellow.
It should be a yellow. He's gone in a bit late, but the Whitecaps need to keep their discipline as well and not get involved with pushing and shoving the player. They can quite easily get setting up by doing that. Jay Nolly's fine. There's no harm. A yellow card is the right call, but I'm a bit disappointed some of the Whitecaps are in around, pushing around. You don't want to be getting sent off for something stupid like that. But he's definitely a yellow card for that. A little bit late in the challenge. Jay Nolly's done well to protect himself, and he's going to be fine. No problem there.
Meanwhile, Johnny Steele is going to come in for Luca Bellisomo, who's also had an excellent outing here today. Johnny just coming back from some personal time in Philadelphia. And we're having a look at potentially the Whitecaps' future midfield at some point, with Johnny Steele lining up alongside Ricardo Sanchez. No offense to Martin Nash, but you do know the Whitecaps are trying to build some depth in the middle of the park.
Well, that young man coming off tonight, Luca Bellisomo, should be very pleased and proud of that performance. I think he's had a terrific game. He's done nothing wrong tonight. He's passed the ball well. He's won challenges. He's kept everything simple. And half the time, people in the stadium might not notice him, but I'll tell you what, people who know the game notice him. He's done everything simple, everything well, and he's had a terrific game.
Hirano trying to get around Franks. Hirano still carries on. Can he keep this in and get across? It does. Whips it to the top of the box. Steele was drifting in there, and it's stumped away by Costanzo. Kissy beaten to it by Aquari. And then Sanchez nods it wide for Siskaridze. Is there another goal in the Whitecaps tonight? And again, these two teams will meet a week from today in Rochester. And that game will be seen here on Shaw's. And Edwini Bonsu was fouled and will get the free kick opportunity here. Otherwise, he was gone.
And here's a chance. It was a good ball in, and he was fouled in there because he would have been gone. But here's a chance, even from this distance. It's 35 yards out. But I think Sanchez can hit them from here, and it's worth an effort.
He's lining up, and there will be a wall set up. 86th minute now. Colin Miller yelling some instructions in front of Tater Torderson. The Whitecaps have allowed 2 goals all season, and those 2 are both in Portland. The rest of the games have all been clean sheets for the men in white, and it looks like they'll keep that record intact today, but can they add to their goals for tally here? Siskaridze off the ball. Sanchez left-footed hits and drifts it wide of the far post. It dipped nicely, but just wasn't on target.
It's a decent effort. You've got to hit the target from there, though, but it's a decent effort. He strikes the ball really well. He gets it up and above the wall, and then it comes back down and difficult for the goalkeeper to work in, but it has to be on target. Everybody in the centre circle, all the players in the centre circle looking for this ball.
And Kitson gets it into Whitecap territory. Aquari's head was first on it. Johnny Steele's first touch not the greatest. He'll go up for a follow-up header against Rosenlund. Gets a good kick in on the Rochester number 13. Wide it goes for Costanzo. And back inside for Rosenlund. Through ball, headed on, but offside on this near side.
Young Tyler Roseland tonight's battled and prodded and probed and worked away tirelessly in midfield. He's had a decent performance in front of his hometown and his 28 family members that are here to see him. He's got nothing to be ashamed of tonight. He's had a decent performance.
A lot of potential in this Rochester team, but I'm sure as time goes by, Bob Lilly will start to find some more experienced veterans. I'm sure he made the phone call to Steve Klein, but Steve is running the show at a club in Harrisburg as Janicki with an important tackle there on Kissy. And then Nelson Aquari gets it back and pings it out near side for Stewart. That's knotted down. And Costanzo knocked over. No foul. Referee right there to wave the advantage. Now look at Edwini Bonsu space. Marlon James heading towards the goal. Edwini Bonsu sends it through. Here's Marlon James. And he laid the ball off at the top of the box instead of having a shot. And it was a poor ball played back by the big man. As away comes Rochester on the break now. Franks, through ball, well done. And Nunez down into the left channel. Nunez sends it across. Siskaridze with a glancing header away, only as far as Franks pokes it wide. Can they get the service in the box? Can, and then a hopeless clearance over the top of the goal from Kissy as he got way under that one.
Well, a little bit of a letdown by the Whitecaps there, allowing Rochester to come at them, and that's a good little run forward, and they had players in the box, and maybe could have done a little bit better from that. But still the score 2-0, and the Whitecaps fairly comfortable tonight. I mean, Rochester have worked hard and battled away, but I think the Whitecaps have been fairly comfortable against them tonight.
Marlon James there a few minutes ago, too, had a chance to have a go at goal and couldn't do that, nor did he lay it off to the top of the box where three white shirts were waiting. So his timing's not quite right just yet, but he'll get there, the big man. St. Vincent and the Grenadines International. Back for Hirano. Sanchez steps aside Rosenlund and then asking a bit of Siskaridze, who's going to go back to his goalkeeper. And Jay Nolly will thump it diagonally for Stewart, who got there. And a good header up and off by Gore. And the Whitecaps will have a throw in once again in front of Tater Torderson.
Not in a hurry to take this throw in. Chris Williams coming up slowly. Colin Miller barking out instructions, trying to keep them focused and get them playing right through till the end of 90 minutes.
Not sure if there'll be a whole lot of stoppage time. Can't imagine there will be. And Jay Nolly's going to come off his line and send this right-footed into midfield. Nodded forward. Costanzo sends it wide, and out comes Jay Nolly once again. And Nano Short was there. He's not going to get involved in Jay Nolly this time, having been booked already. Sanchez sends a left-footed ball driven near side. Away goes Edwini Bonsu. And Edwini Bonsu almost got around after the header backwards. A very confident header. And the goalkeeper managed to smother it, Neil Kitson.
There will be a minimum of 2 minutes.
2 minutes, and that's it. Added on here at Swangard. 2 minutes away from a Whitecaps win that will move them past Rochester in the overall USSF D2 standings. The Whitecaps get a free kick.
Well, Janicki there pushing through, battling away. Two players all over him trying to foul him, and he still comes through and wins it. But he gets the free kick anyway in the end, and Whitecaps come out in possession. But he's battled hard there, Greg Janicki, tonight. Scored a goal and done a very good job defensively.
Certainly in consideration for man of the match, but a distant second behind Cornelius Stewart, you'd have to say, as Sanchez finds Siskaridze. And the Georgian will play it square for Sanchez, who almost gave it away. In fact, he did give it away. And down to the ground goes Williams. And Williams, I think, was the worst for that. He stays down. As we are into stoppage time.
I think he's got cramp. I think Williams has got cramp. He's a little bit worse for wear for the thick, lush turf at Swangard and the pace of the game. It's been a quick game.
Costanzo to get the ball thrown back in.
You can always tell when a player's really injured, Pete. Get him up and give him the ball. If he's injured, he'll go back down. If he's not injured, he'll play on.
Nunez couldn't get to the end of that one as Edwini Bonsu beautifully finds Stewart wide, and then a tackle by Costanzo. And Stewart's been battered around for as much running and crossing as he's been doing. He's had a couple of pretty stern tackles against him.
Well, he's like the ever bunny. He just keeps on going and going, doesn't he? He never stops. Doesn't complain. He's never moaned at the referee. Had a moan at the players. He takes his lumps and just gets on with the game. Well done, son.
Part of that, I'm sure, is frustration for how dominant he's been in his third full start for the Whitecaps.
The game's been played in a fairly good spirit, though. There's not really been any bad challenges. You know, there's a little challenge on the goalkeeper, Jane Dolly there, but really nothing malicious, nothing vicious. It's been played in a good spirit tonight.
Hirano with James drifting over, wide left, big shoulder charge from the number 9. Siscaridze moves in to steal. Hirano knocks it in at Weenie Bonsu. Good first touch, and it just took him away from the goal. They will get a late corner. Maybe the first touch wasn't as good, but he was wide open after a terrific ball in by Hirano.
It was a terrific ball in, and he's there, isn't he? He's got a touch, and his touch took him away from goal, really, and into the defender. A little touch, if he can just open up without opening his body up with that, he's got the whole goal to hit from there.
Ricardo Sanchez trying to put an exclamation point on a Whitecap victory. Maybe 3 goals for 3 points. 2 hands up in the air. Siscaridze into the box now. Sanchez drills it in all the way through, top of the area, and swinging and missing at it was Phil Davies as the referee sounds the final whistle. The Whitecaps collect 3 points, move into second in the USSF D2 overall behind Austin. And the Rochester Rhinos suffer a defeat as Bob Lilly, Colin Miller, and Taylor Torderson shake hands in the technical areas. And the Whitecaps will look back and they'll enjoy those 2 goals that they got from Stewart and Janicki, and the way they got them as well.
Well, I think without doubt that's the most entertaining game we've seen. The most enthusiasm, the more passion from them, more direct play. The wingers have got at the fullbacks. They look, there's a few smiles on the faces. People are enjoying themselves out there, and that's what you need to have in the team. You need to have that enjoyment there, and certainly did tonight. 2 very good goals. An offside goal by Cornelius Stewart as well. A couple of chances from Rochester. They came in and battled and performed well, but a good, honest, hard-working performance. Much more entertaining, as I said, and much more direct. Good to see the wingers getting involved. Fully deserved 3 points for the Whitecaps.
Southsiders happy. When we return, we'll have the Pacific Western Brewing Man of the Match. We'll also have highlights and analysis of the Whitecaps' 2-0 win from Swangard Stadium as they take care of the Rochester Rhinos. PlayNow.com, Whitecaps Soccer on Shaw continues in just a moment.
Memorial Day weekend means soccer in Rochester. The Vancouver Whitecaps come crashing to town on Saturday, May 29th for a 7 p.m. battle against your Rochester Rhinos. Be among the first 1,500 fans and receive a mini American flag. Get a buy one, get one free ticket just by showing your military ID. For tickets, call 454-KICK.
Rochester, 1880, the year the Zweigel family began providing their legendary products. Today, this local women-owned family business introduces a new line of specialty chicken sausages, including Italian, chorizo, and spinach and feta. Lower in fat and sodium, gluten-free and fully cooked. Zweigel's chicken sausages are ready in minutes to add to your favorite pasta, rice dish, or soup for the whole family to enjoy. Items available at Tops or your friendly neighborhood grocery store. Enjoy Zweigel's specialty chicken sausages today.
We've all heard the promises from other car dealers. The end of negotiation, the no dicker sticker, one price. But at Auction Direct, we always ask, what good is one price if it isn't the best price? At Auction Direct, we sell vehicles for the best price. Just $399 over the Auction Direct reserve price. And we deliver those prices while giving you the best car buying experience you've ever had, guaranteed. Auction Direct, one price, the best price.
Welcome back to PlayNow.com, Whitecaps Soccer on Shaw, as the Whitecaps collect a valuable 3 points against the Rochester Rhinos in Bob Lilly's return to Swangard Stadium as the fans, 4,900 of them, make their way home. And we present the Pacific Western Brewing Man of the Match to Cornelius Stewart, who had just a tremendous match. We talked about him all night long, but he scored an offside goal. He scored the goal, finally, his first as a Whitecap, that gave them the 1-0 lead in the eventual winning goal. And he also then drifted out to the wing and has proven he could play not only up front but wide right as well.
Well, good players can play anywhere, and he's a good player, this boy. He's really set the place on fire, and 3 games in a row he's been a good player for me. And tonight he was absolutely outstanding. I think he did everything right. And the question was asked before the game, are the Whitecaps going to, get some goals from the strikers? We've had one from the striker tonight, and I think it's proven that it's not the strikers' fault that they've not been scoring goals. It's the setup and the build-up and the attack and play. We've certainly seen that down the flanks, and when Cornelius Stewart got wide on the right, he epitomised it. He was brilliant getting past the full-back and getting crosses in.
Well, he scored the first goal, but Greg Janicki scored the insurance marker, and Greg is standing by with Kristen at pitch level.
Thank you, Peter. Greg, we talked to Martin Nash earlier in the game, and he's talked about how much this team has been working on goals off set pieces. Just take us through that one.
Nashy and Ricky are one of the, 2 of the best at hitting corners in the league, and they've been putting a lot of balls in for us, the whole year, and we haven't connected on enough of them, so it's nice to just, finally put one in.
How nice was it for this team just to score a couple goals as well?
Yeah, it feels like we got a monkey off our back a little bit. Hopefully we can continue it. It's still a clean sheet and haven't allowed any goals, so that's really what we're focusing on, and it definitely feels good to put a couple in the back of the net.
I was going to ask about that 4 straight clean sheets, in fact. What's this team doing so well defensively right now?
We just work well as a unit. The back 4, and the midfielders in front of us. Luca's a hard worker in there. He busts his butt, and we just work hard. Jay's always going to be solid back there for us, and I don't know if I've ever been a part of 4 straight clean sheets, but it feels good.
Going to play Montreal on Wednesday in the Neutralite, but then again against Rochester on the weekend. Just by continuing to intact with this game, did you send a message knowing you're going to see them in a week?
I don't know if we were thinking that. We just want to play good soccer. We want to keep the momentum going into this is a big road trip for us, and we just want to keep the flow going. Once you start scoring some goals, you just want to keep that momentum going into the next game. So I don't know about sending a message, but just if you can put another one in the back of the net to help your confidence, it's always good. So.
Well, congratulations. Thanks for this.
Thanks a lot.
His first goal of the season, Greg Janicki got the Whitecaps up by 2-0. That was the final score as we send things back up to Peter Schad and Alan Arrington.
Yeah, we'll see Greg's goal here in just a second as we present the BC Hydro Power Smart highlights and analyze some of these goals and some of the play from the Whitecaps tonight. And there were certainly lots of moments to choose from. And that's a nice problem to have when you have lots of highlights to look back at with the Whitecaps scoring off the set play as Nash just whipped it in perfectly. And again, I was a bit surprised there was nobody parked out in that far post like you see in most defensive setups.
Well, yeah, it was poor marking really, but Janicki taking off the way had to do well to get it in there. And there's a one from Marcus Haber hitting the crossbar. They certainly had the fair share of chances tonight, and that's indicative of the way they've played. They've created more, and that's been the problem in the past few games. They haven't created enough. I think Martin Nash was critical in that. There's the only really, not a nasty foul, but the only thing out of spirit with the game tonight. But Martin Nash tonight, I think, needs a bit of credit as well. I think he's came in and made a big difference.
Game summary brought to you by the Province. Stewart's goal in the 17th minute, doubled in the 51st by Janicki, and you can see the shots heavily favoring Vancouver, corners as well. And the fouls, relatively low foul count today, just 2 cards in this match as well. So played in a good spirit as these 2 teams meet again a week from today, and you'll see that game on Shaw from Rochester. We'll have more from Swangard in just a moment. The final, Whitecaps 2, Rochester Rhinos 0. PlayNow.com, Whitecaps Soccer on Shaw.
In Rochester, John Holtz means Honda. Why? We make deals you never thought were possible. Lease the 2010 Civic VXVP for only $99 a month. In May, we're selling cars like candy bars at John Holtz Honda.
Tracy Door Company, how may I help you?
When you call the Tracy Door Company, you get the answers you need because you're talking to the garage door experts. With 20 years in the business, our knowledge is proven every time the phone rings. Call Tracy Door for fast, reliable installations on top-of-the-line insulated overhead doors from CHI, Genie garage door openers, and repairs for any make or model.
For 3 generations, the Tracy Door Company.
Gas, bloating, indigestion, constipation that comes and goes. If you're not having normal bowel movements every day, you can suffer from an upset stomach, constipation, excess gas, or intestinal discomfort. But now there's Colon Flow, and you're eligible to try it free for 30 days. All natural Colon Flow works gently with your body to eliminate toxic waste and maintain your regularity.
Call toll-free 1-888-219-9394. Call now.
In Rochester, John Holtz means Honda. Why? We make deals you never thought were possible. Lease a Honda Accord LX sedan for only $159 a month. In May, we're selling cars like candy bars at John Holtz Honda.
We say goodnight to you from Swangard Stadium in Burnaby, BC. Once again, we'll remind you of our next broadcast a week from today, Saturday, May 29th, will be the second game of this home and home series. Be on the air at 4 p.m. with the game from Rochester, New York. Once again, the final score, a 2-0 victory for the Whitecaps as they score their first 2 goals in their last 4 games. They get their 4th straight clean sheet. On behalf of Peter Schad, Alan Arrington, our producer Grant Wilkins, everyone behind the scenes here at Shaw TV, thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next week.
Memorial Day weekend means soccer in Rochester. The Vancouver Whitecaps come crashing to town on Saturday, May 29th for a 7 p.m. battle against your Rochester Rhinos. Be among the first 1,500 fans and receive a mini American flag. Get a buy one, get one free ticket just by showing your military ID. For tickets, call 454-KICK.
I don't know if I heard him say, Tropic Troops is coming in May. I'm not sure if I heard him talk. Tropic Troops is ready, won't.
Hi, I'm YNN's Marcy Fraser. Jogging and walking are a great form of exercise. And now you can have your chance to trot with troops, our nation's finest, and a fundraiser for military vets who are returning from combat.
Stand up, join in today.
Stay on him. Where are you?
It's lagging, okay? I don't know what to do.
Dude, stay with us.
Don't act like a noob. Discover the power of you with Roadrunner Turbo with free power boost from Time Warner Cable. You can get a burst of additional speed at no additional charge. Time Warner Cable. Revel in the power of you.
Get the fastest Roadrunner available. Upgrade to Turbo.
You're watching Time Warner Cable Sportsnet, Rochester's sports network.
I got 50, but a bit 60, who's going to be 60. 50, 60, now 70. 60 is a bit now 70, who's going to be 70. I got 60, but a bit 70, who's going to be 70. 60 is a bit now 70, who's going to be 70. Ladies and gentlemen, unbelievable deal. And I got 60, but a bit 70, who's going to be 70. 60 is a bit now 70, who's going to be 70, going once. I got 60, but a bit 70, who's going to be $70, and it's going twice. All in, last call, in 7, in 6, in a 5, in a 4, in a 3. We haven't even paid for the bracelet yet, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. All in, last call, 5, 4, 3, 2, and a 1. Last call, last chance. Sold that one away. That one is gone. You got it. Congratulations on that one. And then I have one more piece coming up, and I got the Mariner link, which is actually my favorite link right here. And this is going to be the last of the necklaces. 30-second clock. 18.5-inch Mariner link. Mariner link. $10, $20, $20 going once, $20 going twice, third and final call, 7, 6, 5, and a 4. There's 30, 40, thank you. Now 50, 40 bid 50, who's going to be 50? 40 is a bid now 50, who's going to be 50? 50, thank you. Now 60, 50 bid 60, who's going to bid 60? I got 50 going once, looking for 60 or more. $50 going twice, looking for 60 or more. All in. Last call. 5, 4, 3, 60. Thank you. Now 70. 60 has been now 70. Who's going to be 70? 60 bit 70. Who's going to be 70 going once? I got 60 bit of a 70. Who's going to be 70 going twice? All in. Last call in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and a 1. Sold that one away. That one is gone. All right. Excellent deal now. And don't forget, we still have more coins available if anybody's looking for more coins. There it is. And there is that. We're at $3,800 on that tanzanite. We are taking offers on it. It's a 4.40 carat. Right there with 90 points of diamond baguettes. $3,800 is the offer. I tell you what, if somebody gives me another offer, no buyer's premium in effect, free sizing and shipping, I'll put a clock on it. Excellent deal on those. And we still have blue diamond stud earrings. We still have those men's rings. Look at that. Over a full carat of diamonds, ladies and gentlemen, right there on that men's ring. Now, that was originally $979.77. I dropped it to $879.77. It's still here. First caller in on this one, $799.77. $799.77 to the first caller, over a full carat of diamonds, ladies and gentlemen, right here, right now. Look at the retail price on it, $4,599.50. There it is. I'm doing it $799.77 on that beautiful diamond ring on that men's. What is that? Nice men's design right there. That one is available. Call me up on that one. I like it. I like it a lot. And there it is. And we have some more pieces coming up in the picture-in-picture box. Don't miss out on that. And don't forget, I still have that huge bracelet. 10 carats of diamonds, total weight. Over 100 grams of 14 karat gold. I was asking $6,000 or reasonable offer on this one. I haven't had any offers on the bracelet. There it is. And it is a stunning, solid piece. 10 carats of diamonds. Let me check the weight on this one again. I know it's over 100 grams. It is 129 grams. Was asking $6,000 or make me an offer on this one, ladies and gentlemen. I still haven't had any offers on the bracelet. So right now we're still at $6,000. I got $799.77 on it. I dropped it all the way down to $799. To buy it now is $979.77. And I'm doing free sizing and shipping on it. It's $799.77 right now. Look at the retail price on it. That's how much you have to spend in a store on it right there. $4,599.50. Look at that. It's got grill work on the inside. There it is at $799.77. It is over a full carat of diamonds. Nice looking piece right there. There it is. And it's a 1-on-1 only, so call me up on that. The original price was $979.77 on that. Anybody interested in loose tanzanites, look at that. Look at the flash, look at the color, look at the quality on that one. That one is available. Call me up on that. As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and zap that one into you right there. More men's rings? Do they have a price range? I've got this one right here. There it is right there. There's one. This one has 33 points of diamonds. And I'll do that one right. Are they not on the phone anymore? Oh, man. There we go. This one, I tell you what, $499.77 on that one. And then I got a carat 12 right here And this one is a nice design on it. And that one is $1,069.77. I'll do it right now at $959.77. $959.77. That one's $499.77. Excellent deal. Let me know on those. Still have a couple of those to go around. Take a look at that one. Look at that tanzanite right there. That's a nice looking ring. That's a 5.88 carat tanzanite in 18 karat white gold. That one is available. Emerald cut. First caller in on that one. I'm going to do it at $34.99.77. $3,499.77 on that. That's a one and one only. Call me up. Got another emerald cut. Take a look at that one. And take a look at that one. I'm asking $5,000 on that one. 5.85 carat right there. Asking $5,000 or get me close on that one. That's a one and one only. I still have that nice 3-stone past, present, and future design right there. There it is. And keep those calls coming in. Let me know what it is you're looking for. I've got almost a 40 carat. 32 carats of diamonds. Look at that. 32 carats total weight of diamonds on that one, ladies and gentlemen. That's a stunning piece right there. Look at that. Anybody interested? I'll give you free shipping and handling on that one. 32 carats of diamonds. Asking $30,000. Or get me close. There it is right there. So, and the other men's ring that's not on the turntable, this one right here, that one is actually $499.77. Comfort fit on the inside. 33 points. There we go. Will he give me $50 more on it? If he gives me $50, I'll go ahead and let him have it. $50 more. Plus, I'll do the sizing for it. No buyer's premium. There's a 9.5 currently. Gone. Thank you very much. That one is out of here. Don't forget, we still have coins, ladies and gentlemen. 18830 and Men's State 63. That one is available. Call me up. And that one is only $59.77. $59.77 on that Morgan. There it is. Call me up on that one. We still have the 1899 in Men's State 64. And we are doing that at $67.77 on the 1899. That one is available. Call me up. I got the 1883 and Men's State 64 that we can do at $67.77 on that one as well. Call me up on that. $19.77 on the Columbian Exposition $50. The first ever United States commemorative $50 right there. And then we have the San Francisco Mints right there at $59.77 a piece. If you get one of each, I'll do them at $49.77. Or if you just get one or more of each of any one of those, I'll do them at $49.77 a piece. Those are available. Call me up. Yeah, it's already gone. Do they want it in that price range? Is that what they're trying to get? I've got another piece right here. Take a look at this one. I got another 33-pointer right here. There's a different design, but I'll do it at the same price right there. There it is. And I'll do that one right now. I'll do it at $479.77. Comfort fit on the inside. $479.77 on that one. $33 points like the last one. The retail on the last one was over $2,000. I'll show it to you. $2,800. That's on the one that you got. 33 points. There it is. I like that one. Kind of a dome style design right there. Now, not for that price range. Especially a full carat of diamonds. Now I do have this one. I've got 52 points. I got over half a carat right here. And that one to buy now is a $769. I can do $649 on that. On over a half a carat at $649.77. You know, I tell you what, I'll do it $599.77 right now. And it's 8.4 grams, comfort fit. Look at the retail price on that, $3,600. $599.77 out the door. Free sizing and shipping, 10 karat gold. That's a nice look too. There it is. And I like the design on it. If he gets it right now, will he take it at that? If I accept his offer at that, will he take it? You're killing me. Congratulations, you got it. And there's that over a carat right there. That's my favorite design right there. And that one is available at $799.77 on that one. There it is. That's a one and one only. I know. We are just giving away men's rings. Take a look at this one. Here's a nice little men's ring right here. This one actually has sapphires on it. Oh, another mint commemorative going out the door. Old granite lady. Take a look at that one. Yellow gold. 14 karat yellow gold, ladies and gentlemen. A carat 09 of sapphires right here in diamond men's ring. This one is available, ladies and gentlemen, right here, right now at $399.77. $399.77. You have diamonds cascading down each side of the band. Look at that. $399.77 out the gate right now. That one is available. Free sizing and shipping. Beautiful ring. Here's a platinum men's band right here. There it is. There it is. $399.77. You don't even want to know the original price on it. Almost. There it is. Beautiful, beautiful rings, ladies and gentlemen. And then there is that nice little men's ring right there. That's onyx and diamonds in a 7-stone design. And there we go. And then here it is right here, onyx and diamonds, ladies and gentlemen, right here. And that one is available, and I'll do that one at $349.77. $349.77 on that one. And that one is available. All right, and what else do we have coming up in that picture, in the picture box? Okay. And let me know when you're ready on that. All right, excellent deal, ladies and gentlemen. Keep those calls coming in.
Okay, what we have coming up in our picture-in-picture box is a sterling silver with a 14-karat gold overlay, just touches on the corners of it. It's a designer amethyst diamond pendant enhancer. So the back of that bail snaps off so that you can clip it over a very small or a very fine omega. Really pretty piece. In fact, it's quite substantial. I'll put this in my hand just to show you. This particular piece, gorgeous detailing, rope detailing on the box, nice and substantial too. And here's that enhancer part. It has a gorgeous closed-in box to the back, and the enhancer part is right there. So this will allow you to snap this over the more generous size chains that you may have. Also, what I love to do is if you have a very fine suit, these make great zipper pulls too. You have detail